for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Tryna catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought it was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK to anybody kill. Hop out, get the drilling and spilling. 7.62 gon' split 'em. FN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eat these bullets for dinner. 5.0, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple off Draco. I got them all, you don't want no. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I can just leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I can just squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding.
Turn that shit up, Mike.
What's up, everybody? What's up? We coming back here now. It's up at Echelon. We got a great show for you here today, people. We just waiting for the crowd to get in, but salute to everybody that's out there, man. This fight week right here, fight week. Boy, this is gonna be a great week right here. We got Inoue and Fulton in less than 13 hours, and we got Crawford and Spence in less than 5 days. This is a great time for boxing right here. A great time. This is an action-packed week right here. And it just don't get no better. Salute to everybody that's coming in right now. We just now getting started. We was here earlier, but, you know, we had to stop for my boy and everything, Money and EBT. But now we back. We lit. We about to cook today. We about to cook. And I've been sitting here looking at the Spence and Crawford fight. I've been trying to figure out a lot of stuff. And then I've been trying to wonder, like, Crawford done bulked up so much. Like, what could Crawford be trying to do? And I've done figured it out. See, this is going to be a firefight right here. This is going to be a firefight. Crawford knows this is going to be a battle of attrition. Earl Spence says it all the time. But this fight right here is going to go down to who wants it the most. And it's going to go down to who can hurt the other and take the other shots. And see, Crawford and them, they're preparing for a fast, early night. One way or the other, this fight is going to end early. This fight's not going the distance. And Crawford, the longer the fight goes, the worse it is for them. See, they preparing. Master Khalid, salute, brother, salute. Schizo Paul, we back up in here. I'm going to drop the link for anybody want to come up here and cook with me too. But hey, we got a hell of a week coming, baby. This is a hell of a week. I'm glad to be alive, and shout out to the ones that ain't make it, bro. Like, it's a couple of past people that ain't make it that would love to been here, man. And I miss all of them that ain't here. Shout out to Kurt Anderson. Wawa, salute, brother. Salute. And Wawa is the last one coming through that becomes a moderator. From now on, we got our moderators set up. Oh, my boy Clean Cut. Got to get him too. Now we got our moderators set. So as we grow bigger, the moderators are already set. Y'all are y'all. Clean Cut, what's up? Anybody want to hop up here? It's down there. But listen, this is gonna be a hell of a fight. Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is still cutting weight though. Hopefully he gets this weight off him soon because I don't want no excuses. I want this fight to be legendary. I want to say I was there when Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford got in the ring. And see, a lot of people look at my videos and think I'm just an Earl Spence fan. No, I love Terrence Crawford as well. Terrence Crawford is an amazing fighter. It's just that I wish Terrence Crawford would have went about his career differently. Like, I wish Terrence Crawford could have been like at the PBC where he could have got some of the tougher fights. Yeah, rest in peace to Kurt, Batman, and Coach. That's what I'm talking about. Some of the ones that ain't here who would have loved to see this fight. I just wish Terrence Crawford could have had some of the tougher fights like Earl had, so he could have upgraded his skills. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you get pushed through the fire, that's what adds. What's up, Pool?
What's happening? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on with you?
Oh, not much. Just came through to see how you. I'm rolling right now.
Oh, okay, man. Type something in the chat so I can moderate you. This is my co-host right here, and I'm his co-host, Full Counter.
What's going on?
What's going on, brother? Type something so I can moderate you, brother. But yeah, this right here is gonna be a serious battle. And Terrence Crawford, if he would have started with PBC and not the top rank, or if he would have got the PBC a little later in his career, and he would have had the tougher fights, like at 135, like with a Robert Easter, or like with a Mikey Garcia at 135. If he'd have fought like a Sergey Lipinets at 140, you know, that would have elevated his skills as well. And if that would have elevated his skills, it would have made for a lot better fight right now. But see, Terrence Crawford is living off his own athleticism. See, Earl has athleticism too, but Terrence Crawford didn't get a chance to get put through the fire. Like, the best teacher, and everybody know we all grown, the best teacher is experience. Like, our parents told us a lot of things not to do, and we listened to them, but we didn't understand what they was talking about until we went through the same situation. When you go through a situation, then you understand what people talk about. Like, you probably watched, when you was younger, y'all probably watched a porno or something like that. You probably was like, yeah, I can do that. But you know, your first time up in it, you ain't really swimming like you swimming now. You feel what I'm saying? Like, now, motherfucker can damn salute and dance in that thing. But at first, you know, sometimes motherfucker quick draw McGraw, you know, humping like rabbits. But shit, now, you motherfucking tapping the back of that thing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's experience. When you first got on the bike, you failed. You know, till you got your balance and everything right. Until you got experience. What you got to say about that, Pool? Oh, he must cut out. But yeah.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, nah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I had to cut off the YouTube in the back because I'm on the road. But
okay.
yeah, you're right, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're right. You get into the fine details. We're talking about the fight, Earl Spence Jr. Crawford.
Yeah, about Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence Jr. We doing them first, then we're gonna get on Fulton and Inoue though. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna come down to who's focused. And if he's totally focused, keeping them hands high, he's gonna grind it out. He's gonna grind Terrence Crawford out because he's not used to taking the punishment in the ring. He's not used to getting hit to the body. And that's going to be the key to the fight. Errol staying focused, keeping that pressure on him 3 minutes every round. You know what I'm saying? So he's never had nobody to fight him like that. He's always had the free will to roam around the ring. He's always had great ring generalship. So, they allow him to stand in front of them and calculate. And EJ is not about to let that happen. That's why he's got in such phenomenal shape, so he can keep that pressure on. And we already know that Errol Spence Jr. is the more durable fighter. He's the more durable fighter. You know what I'm saying? Because when he get hit hard, he just come on stronger. And so that's going to be interesting to see if Terrence Crawford can take it. He can dish it out, but can he take it?
Exactly. But see, I was looking at the film study last night because you know how I do with the film. I like to watch film over and over to see if I see something. And then I was looking at the media workout, and I was looking at the way Terrence Crawford was training the things. I think Terrence Crawford and them are not preparing for a 12-round fight. I think Terrence Crawford and them, they don't put on so much muscle mass. And like his upper body is stacked right now. When people see the weigh-in, they're gonna be like, damn, Crawford done put up a lot. That's why he's still cutting weight right now, because muscle is heavier than fat. And see, Terrence Crawford, he's done stacked up his boat. And they show he's been working on like a new hook. Like he's got like a little hook uppercut that he's been working on. Something to come in like if he's close. And you see he was walking forward in the
I saw that.
Yeah, he's been walking forward a lot. Like Terrence Crawford, he realizes that his best bet is to get in there with Earl, catch him in between shots, catch him early, and get him stopped before he gets started. Because Earl is like the juggernaut. The juggernaut, once the juggernaut gets going, you can't stop the juggernaut. But if the juggernaut's standing still, he's weak as hell. Like they can beat the juggernaut as long as he doesn't get the momentum going. Once his momentum gets to going, he's invincible. And that's what you got to do with Earl. And what Terrence Crawford and them is probably trying to do, they're probably trying to get to Earl, hit him early and often, and try to get Earl and catch him and hurt him early and put him down. Because they feel like nobody has ever went at Earl so aggressive. And they feel like if you don't go at Earl aggressive, he's going to touch you often and early. And Earl is the hardest person to plan against because Earl, he has the power. He has the volume. He has the ring generalship. You can't get away from Earl. He cuts off that ring. And see, Terrence Crawford and them, they're not dumb. Crawford knows if he goes the distance with Earl, he's going to be fatigued. And then he's going to get drowned. Like, that's what they said, talking about drowning. He knows if he has to move around, he's going to fatigue. Throwing punches with Earl, he's going to fatigue. Taking Earl's body shots, he's going to fatigue. And they're not trying to fatigue. So I feel like they're going to do a Hail Mary. They about to go in there and try to knock Earl out in 5 rounds. That's why they're bulking up. That's why they're getting the inside game. I think Terrence Crawford is going to try to grab Earl and try to hold on and try to punch him off the break. You know, hit him on the inside, catch Earl with something he don't see coming. That's what they're going to try to do. That's their only way. What do you think?
I told you, I thought I was crazy when I told you a long time ago. I think Crawford's best bet is to fight on the inside. When he fought the David Avenesian fight, he didn't look as athletic. He looked like he was working on inside work. He looked like he was working on his game plan. He was tightening up his inside skills. And I told y'all, everybody thought I was crazy because, people think it's crazy for Terrence Crawford to fight on the inside with Errol Spence Jr. Where if you go with the plan you're saying, like if they're looking for like a short night to get in there and use his hand speed, use his tricky head work, his ducking, like he did with Jose Benavidez, on the inside, slipping punches and making them pay, on the inside, then yeah, I could see that. Terrence Crawford is going to try to go for a knockout. I don't think he believes that he can box Errol Spence Jr. for 12 rounds. And if you could, like you said, you look at the media workout, you can see him working on little inside drills on how to slip punches on the inside. And I saw that little tricky little shot you was talking about that he was working on, the tricky little hook. But he always had like a nice little combination, but he just added a little something to it. And now he's really trying to work on the inside, how to slip on the inside and be tricky on the inside to get those body shots and uppercuts in on Errol Spence Jr. But I don't think that's
You cut out, brother.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, so he is so that's why he's working on all those little blocks. If you seen in the workout, you seen where he was blocking shots on the inside and then slipping and then coming back. You know what I'm saying, with the right and the left. You know what I'm saying, uppercut. So you know what I'm saying, if you really watch him closely, it look like he is preparing for an inside fight. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you 100%.
Because they feel like Sean Porter was the only person that gave Earl trouble. That's what they feel like. And they feel like it was because Sean Porter fought on the inside, which is Sean Porter did fight Earl on the inside, but Earl wasn't weight drained. Earl has his weight right now. Earl is ready. And another thing, Earl Spence is gonna approach him and rush him. He's not gonna Terrence Crawford. Everybody that's done fought Terrence Crawford has taken breaks in the round. Like Crawford has been able to sit back, control the pace, and fight at his own leisure. Earl Spence is gonna keep touching you throughout the fight. He's gonna keep touching you. So as he's touching you, you don't know if he's gonna hit you with a soft shot or a hard shot. So each time he's touching you, you prepared to get hit with a bomb. Because you never know, you might get hit with a bomb or you might get hit with something that's not a bomb. So you got to sit there and worry about, okay, what is he about to hit me with? And that's how he gets with you. And then, like, if you take a break or if you're not focused on it, that's when you get hit with a hell of a shot. And that's when you get rocked. And then that's when he comes to touch you. But Terrence Crawford, this is what makes me think that way. Who was his main sparring partner in this sparring camp right here, Poole?
Who was it? I didn't hear about who was his main sparring partners. I heard that Carlos, what's his name? Carlos Adamas was for Bud Crawford. I heard he was sparring Bud. I don't know about the other sparring partners, but I heard he used him for power, to feel the power punches. You know what I'm saying? Try to, you know what I'm saying, get used and acclimated to that kind of power from 160. But I don't know who Errol was sparring with exactly, and who could he really find to mimic Terry Crawford? And you was mentioning Sean Porter. See, Sean Porter's like 5'3" or 5'4". So Errol had to get. It was hard for him. He had to engage him. He had to get under. He had to dig, get low, and get with Sean. It was hard to really time Sean because he was so little. And once he bent over at the waist, he
Hey, Poole. I was asking you a question because I was about to tell you something, right?
What's that?
J.R. Johnson just hit it on the head. His main sparring partner in this training camp was Shakur Stevenson. What does Shakur Stevenson do real well?
Box.
And where does he be at the whole time?
Defensively, counterpunching.
No, I'm talking about when Shakur's in the ring, where is he at? Where is he at when he's in the ring boxing somebody?
On the outside.
But he's right in front of people, right? You know, Shakur Stevenson's right there. I think that's why they got Shakur Stevenson in this camp right there. They want Bud to be right there. They want him to be. He's gonna try to work like Shakur Stevenson. I see him mimicking Shakur Stevenson a little bit too. And see, he's thinking that he could be more like Shakur. He can stand in front of Earl, slip and dodge like Shakur, and then he can like catch him, and he can catch him in between shots and catch him with a shot that he don't see. He's gonna try to time Earl when Earl's coming with that left hook. When Earl's coming with that left hook, he's gonna try to come over top of that left hook with his right. That would be his best bet. But Earl still is defensively savvy. He stays defensively sound. He's gonna have to loop that shit around Earl's block. T-Well, salute. But that's what I was saying. We got Shakur Stevenson enough for this training camp. And that's only because Shakur Stevenson stands right there. He's good at fighting in the pocket. And that's where Earl's bread and butter is, the pocket. But like Adrian Broder said, you're going to get surprised when you go against Earl because you just see what Earl allows you to see. Earl is a hell of a boxer, a brilliant boxer. And this is what people they forget. Adrian Broder was a world champion. Earl Spence knocked that man out in sparring with 16-ounce gloves. They are sparring, and he knocked the man out. That's a testament to his power. And Adrian Broner is a beast defensively. He might not let his hands go, but Adrian Broner has defense. That's one thing we can all say that the problem has is defense. Floyd is a defensive wizard. Earl was able to mop this man up and down on the defense. So if you thinking, I got a guy that sit there and said, Ashley Theophane, like I told you. He sat there and said he watched Earl spar Floyd. And after Earl finished with Floyd, they told Ashley Theophane, the champion, they said, look, you about to get in there with him. And he was like, what? After what I just seen him do with Floyd? Like, this is another champion who was worried about getting in the ring with this young cub because he seen this man against Floyd. And that's a testament to how great you is right there, Judas Shalom. You understand, Paul?
Oh, yeah. But, you know, Terrence Crawford's biggest advantage in the fight is that he don't try to defend no line. He don't try to defend the line, you know what I'm saying, the offensive line, defensive line that you got to cross to score points. His biggest advantage is that he's a counterpuncher. He jumps off the line and try to catch you and find his shots. If he try to do what Shakur Stevenson do, he's going to get preliminary because he's not used to doing that. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, you got to fine tune that. You got to fight like that. I know Terrence is a great athlete. You know what I'm saying? He's very agile, but he's going to slip up in that fight trying to fight Shakur Stevenson style. Even though, you know what I'm saying, Stevenson got a lot of his stuff from Terrence Crawford. But if he goes in there try to play with the pocket, trying to find that sweet spot where he can just stay on the outside, Errol Jr. is a lot longer than most of the opponents that Terrence Crawford fought. You see what I'm saying? So Errol Jr. can reach him. He's not out of reach like all his other opponents. And another thing is that Errol Jr. can follow up to a lot of opponents that Terrence Crawford.
You cut out, brother.
I said once EJ heard him, he's going to stay on top of him. I'm kind of on the move, so it might be going in and out. I want to jump on, man. You know what I'm saying? Since I hear you cooking, you know what I'm saying? And you know, how long you been on?
Shit, I just came on. You can still up here with me, bro. It's all right. Shit.
Okay. I don't want to cut out and mess up your, show and everything.
Nigga, you my co-host. You know that shit. Yeah, it ain't no upper echelon without pool counter. Shit.
No doubt. I got you.
It's just that your ass ain't never around. Shit.
No, you know it ain't no thing.
Yeah, but shit, we get other people up here too. Anybody else want to hop on this panel? We gonna open up the panel as well. But anybody else get up there.
But I agree with you. I think he's gonna try to get EJ up out of there in a ditch effort to not to go 12 rounds because he know that he's gonna run out of ideas. He can't box EJ. He knows he can't box EJ for 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna go for both. You know what I'm saying? Probably try, like you say, either 6 or 5. You know, so we're gonna see Bud Crawford really put that pressure on. And look like that's what he was working on. Look like he was working on walking down Errol Spence Jr. and being offensive.
And see, one thing I really believe though, like Bomac was up. You see when Bomac was talking about Earl's just a hype job. You know how he was saying he was just a hype job, and that Earl Spence, he really ain't like that. They built. He said that the PBC built him and picked his fights for him and everything. I really think that they probably believe that. Like they really, I'm starting to think that they're that delusional that they done convinced themselves that Earl is not who he really is. And I hope that's not the case because if so, they in for a rude awakening when they get in the ring. Like I said, this fight can go one or two ways. This fight could be Hagler and Hearns, or it could be Leonard versus Duran 1. Depends on what happens when he gets this shot. Because in this fight, Earl's going to get hit. Bud's going to catch him clean. And when Bud catches him clean, if Earl walks through it and is not phased and you see him smile, we got Hagler and Hearns. If he makes Earl step back a minute and make Earl respect it a little bit, then we're going to have Duran Leonard 1. Because regardless, Earl's going to keep coming. But it's either you get his attention and make him have to box more, or you don't get his attention and he comes full tilt. But what I'm trying to figure out is what will Terrence Crawford do when he hits Earl with his best shot and his best shot doesn't phase Earl? Does he start trying to box after he feels Earl power? Does he try to do a Karen Kukadashian? Or does he try to tough it out and thug it out and be the man that he say he is and try to fight it out with Earl? Which way you think he goes with? You think he goes guts and glory, or you think he starts trying to use lateral movement?
I seen him working on parrying that jab. I think he's gonna try to parry EJ jab and slip under it and counter. I think he's gonna really try to counterpunch the shit out of EJ. I think he's gonna try to be sharp as shit. He's gonna try to intimidate Earl Spence Jr. on the inside with his quick head movement, ducking, slipping, moving, like you said, the lateral movement, right down the inside. I think he's gonna try to use his talent to overwhelm Earl Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? Right there in that pocket. That's where all the action, I believe, is going to be. What round you think the fight's going to break out?
The first round.
Woo!
Because Earl said he's coming as soon as the bell ring, he's coming in to go forward. He said he's not giving Bud a second, a minute of any round to rest. He said that man's gonna have to throw from the word go. Dog money, salute.
What's up with it, man? I'm tell you, hey, I'm gonna tell y'all boys, man. We done seen this show before. I'm gonna tell you where we saw it at. We saw it when Mike Tyson fought Evander Holyfield. Mike Tyson can hook with a hook. He got the best hooks. He got the best this, the best that. Oh, he flashy. And Evander took his ass to school, turned him and beat him like a drunk. That's one time we've seen it. Bernard Hopkins, Felix Trinidad. Man, that Felix Trinidad left hook. Man, when he hit Hopkins with that left hook, whoop, turned him all night. I'm telling you, man, boxing skills, once again, prevails. Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson. Boxing skills prevailed. And we're going to see it again. Oh, how many times have we seen this show? You got this hyped up guy. He getting all these knockouts, all this flash and pizzazz. And Tim Duncan come in and take the championship.
Exactly. But see, what I'm saying is if Terrence Crawford hits Earl, salute Edgar Chavez, and Earl is not affected by his power, what does Terrence Crawford do? Do you think he starts to move laterally, or do you think he backs up? What do you think Crawford does? Because, see, Crawford has never been in that situation. See, since Crawford been at 147, he's been able to rely on his athleticism. He's been able to sit back, relax, and if the fight's in trouble, if he gets close, if he loses, he can rely on a quick shot to equalize and finish off his opponent. But what happens if you can't just hit your opponent and get him up out of there like that, and you down and your opponent is beating on you, and you can't just finish him off with one shot? What does Crawford do then now?
Well, you already know. You know what happens when a fighter goes into that situation. You go back to what you know. You know what I'm saying? Moving and countering. That's the best you can do. You go to what you know, how you've been fighting. There's nothing else you can do. If you can't find that shot to bail you out, which that's what Crawford has done when he had to make adjustments in the ring, you go to what you know. You turn southpaw, you know what I'm saying? You move until you can look for counters. That's what he did to Gamboa. He turned it into a fight because Gamboa was fucking him up, you know what I'm saying, on the speed side. So he had to turn it up into a fight. That's what he did with Sean Porter.
Salute KQKC, salute. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I'm saying what happens when he can't do it like that? What happens when Earl is hurting him? When he gets hit by Earl, does he start laterally moving?
What I'm saying is all you could do is what you know. You see what I'm saying? What do Crawford always does in in the ring. You just go to what you know. I mean, what else can he do? Go in there, fight or fight. I mean, even Errol Spence Jr. said the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Fight or fight. You know what I'm saying? Either you're going to get in there, you're going to bang it out and crash out, or you're going to go back to trying to pot shot and stay out of range. I mean, there's nothing else for Crawford to do. I mean, that's
what I
all
said.
he does. He's a counter puncher.
That's what I said. Which way do you think he goes? Do you think when he sees he can't hurt Earl, or if he can't hurt Earl, do you think he tries to go the Karen Kukadaja route, trying to use lateral movement?
That's all he. Yeah. That's all he can do. I mean, he already tried.
Hey man, I see what I see is a death. I see death by 1,000 cuts. Bud Crawford he got a whip. You know one thing about a whip can't hurt you until it extends and pop at the end, right? Or just like a towel. You know, you ever took a towel and smacked somebody with it, pow. It's that whip action. Bud hit like a whip. Man, you get up close on the inside, he got to extend his punches really to create power. And EJ not going to let him extend the punches. And even when he do extend, EJ going to be holding that telephone.
And see, that's
EJ
what
always
I'm saying right
phone.
there. The fastest way to a destination is a straight line. Earl Spence has tight fundamentals and he keeps a tight guard. And Earl Spence has a tight, straight, fast jab. So when Terrence is trying to loop them shots in, because he's always throwing them looping shots, and that comes with athleticism and not fundamentals, because he's throwing them looping shots. He's not gonna get there before Earl. And see, that's another thing. Terrence is not a true southpaw. He's an orthodox fighter fighting at the southpaw stance. He doesn't have the same amount of power in both hands. His left is not as strong as his right.
No.
But his right is his equalizer when he moves to the southpaw, because he knows he got enough torque in that right hand. And when he goes to southpaw, that puts his power hand dominant. See, a lot of people don't understand that. Most people, when you box, you got your power hand at the back, and you got your weak hand dominant, and you use your weak hand for the jab. See, Terrence Crawford puts his strong hand first. That way, that's why he don't pop off as many jabs, because he can just hook off you. He can come with a lead hook or a lead uppercut because he got his strong hand first. And see, that's how he hurts people when he goes to the southpaw. He's been in orthodox, downloading the data, he thought, and then he's an orthodox fighter. But he switches to southpaw and he sees the holes that you had, and he uses his right hand to connect. That's why he's in southpaw first, because when you're orthodox first, because when you're orthodox, your right hand is your dominant, and you picking your shots, and you seeing where you can hit that person with your dominant shot. You always looking for that straight right when you're in orthodox. That straight right or that right hook, that's your power shots, right? But if you put your right hand to the forward as a southpaw, then you can hook off the jab. A person's jabbing, you can hook off there, and your hook will get there 10 times faster than it would if you was in a different stance. And see, you can throw that right uppercut from right there. You can throw different shots with your power hand that you can't really throw from your less dominant hand. And that's
that's something that's something that I picked up on early. Because even when I was a kid, I used to fight like that with my right hand. I with my strong hand out first. You know what I mean?
But you also lose power with your strong hand first too, though. Huh? Like you don't hit with 100% of your power with it out first, because you ain't got that torque that you get.
Yeah, you ain't got that. Yeah, exactly. So I know exactly. But when I seen that, when I realized he was right-handed, I already knew that this guy overrated because he a one-handed fighter. I'm like, dude, you're a one-handed fighter.
It kind of, Miguel Cotto used to do that little trick. You know what I'm saying, by fighting like that, you know what I'm saying, and he used to surprise a lot of fighters, by, putting his right and strong hand as his jab. And it's confusing, to a lot of people, because when he make that southpaw switch, they're so used to the angle that he was fighting at, that he surprises them when he changes the angle. But see, when you fighting B-level fighters, they get confused on a little switch like that. But when you start moving up to better competition, they're used to that kind of stuff. They got enough experience to make the adjustment for when you switch the angles on them. And Bud, he got that strength in that right hand. They're not used to that power coming back from that angle when he goes to southpaw. So it's shocking to a lot of fighters, you know what I'm saying, when he catch him and stuff. So I think that's why he didn't fight Danny Garcia. That's why he didn't fight Keith Thurman, because
Yeah, I think that's why too. You cut out too, bro. But but what I was gonna say is right. Also, when he starts in orthodox, that means his weak hand is forward. Salute Thrill Hill, and with his weak hand forward, his dominant hand back. You know, 9 times out of 10, a fighter's less dominant hand is not as fast as their dominant hand. And you know, boxing is about timing. So when he's fighting in orthodox, the boxer that he's fighting against is getting used to the timing of his least dominant hand.
Exactly.
So that's what happened to Kell Brook. Kell Brook he had Crawford's timing down while he was in orthodox. He had it that's like Crawford throwing an 80-mile fastball. And you know, the baseball player, he done timed it. Now if they switched up the pitcher, they bring like Randy Johnson in, he throwing a 90-mile-an-hour fastball or a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. See, your timing was for that 80. And so when he switches, your timing is stuck on that 80. And now you get hit with that 100 and it catches you off guard. And then a lot of fighters that ain't as good, they get befuddled because now their timing is off. They done been processing this time for 2 to 3 rounds. They done developed their game plan around his time and think that you know how fast his shots is coming. Now his shots done increased in velocity and speed. He's hitting you harder and faster now that he done switched because now his dominant hand is first. And a lot of fighters can't process that. But Earl's a talented fighter. He can process that right there. Plus, I don't
you
he
lose that advantage of angle and distance too when he's fighting another southpaw. You got to remember when he switched to southpaw, he also gets an advantage with the distance and the angle. You know what I mean?
But you also got to remember Kell Brook. You know, so he hadn't been in the ring for a while, and he wasn't the same Kell Brook. Now, if he had been active, I don't think we would have got that fight. You know what I'm saying? If he had been active and fighting quality opponents and winning, see, he could have made the adjustment. But Kell Brook's his punch resistance wasn't there because he had squeezed down back to a weight that he couldn't make. You know what I'm saying? He had been in drug rehab, and then you got Sean Porter, who was, you know, thinking about retirement, so he didn't train the way he should have trained. So, you know, this is the reason why Bud is untested. You know what I'm saying? This is why we believe that Errol Spence Jr. is going to go out there and press his ass out because he's just not used to fighting the caliber opponents that EJ had to go through, right? He fought them guys in their prime when they were at their best. Bud is always fighting, you know.
And I feel like Earl fought people when they had something to lose. Bud fought them when they wanted a paycheck, and they was going out the door. And
I look at Bud like a good Cuban fighter. He's a good Cuban style fighter.
I mean, I would say he's better than that. Bud is athletic. Don't get me wrong. Bud is a brilliant fighter. He's a great
Cubans
fighter.
Is athletic too.
But I understand that. But this is what I'm trying to say, right? Bud is a great fighter. But the only thing that I got to knock against his career is he didn't get the challenges to evolve his skills. Like, this is like a person that got a badass samurai blade, right? But never sharpened it. So, yeah, you got the best looking blade out there, but you haven't had a chance to sharpen it. You didn't fine tune it. So now you slicing people with it, and it's cutting and killing people. But just think if you put a razor's edge on that thing, you wouldn't have to do it as much. And see, Bud doesn't have his razor's edge because they protected him most of his career. Like, if he would have switched over to PBC in 2018 and probably got the Thurman fight, or even him getting an Ugas fight, that would have put him through the fire, but he didn't want to risk messing up this payday. And see, like I say all the time, when you play chess, if you play against people that's weaker than you in chess, your skills will diminish. You will play down to your competition. If you play people that's worse than you for a month, and then you go back and play somebody that's on the same level as you that month ago, and he's been playing somebody that's better than him, he's gonna destroy you. He's gonna destroy you. If you and somebody else have the exact same skills, and you play against people that's weaker than you for 30 days, and he plays against people that are better than him for 30 days, when you and him play, he's going to demolish you. He's going to wipe the floor with you because he's done been put through the fire and the test, and he's done increased his skill. Just like Jermell Charlo is a perfect example. Jermell Charlo came over from Ronnie Shields. He was a pure boxer. Derrick James turned him into a complete fighter. But when you see he fought Tony Harrison the first time, Jermell Charlo wasn't used to a skilled boxer as Tony Harrison. Jermell Charlo went through that fight and he learned some things. When he came back the second fight, what did he do? He demolished him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When he fought Brian Castano the first time, it was close. Brian Castano was a bad man. Brian Castano beat Earl in the amateurs. You feel me? Brian Castano, that was a world-class fighter. And he beat Charlo. I think he beat Charlo that fight. But they gave Charlo a draw. When Charlo came back and fought him, he destroyed that man. Because he getting better each fight. Riddick Bowe beat the shit out of Holyfield that first fight. Holyfield beat Riddick Bowe the second fight. Riddick Bowe beat him the third fight. You know why? Because each fighter got put through the fire and learned. Holyfield learned his mistakes from the first fight and fixed them. Riddick Bowe learned his mistakes from the second fight, fixed them. That's how you get better, is going through tough competition and looking inside yourself and making yourself better. And you know, it's only so much better you can become. Floyd Money Mayweather is the man that he is today because he fought the toughest competition out there. And each one of them fights, he was not the favorite. When he fought Diego Corrales, he was the underdog. Diego Corrales pushed Floyd and Floyd beat him up. Floyd started beating up each fighter, and each fighter he fought made him that much smarter and better of a fighter. When he fought Zab Judah was more athletic than Floyd Mayweather.
Yep.
He was way more athletic than Floyd Mayweather, but Floyd Mayweather said, I'm going to take him to deep waters and drown him. And he knew that Zab Judah was going to gas out. And Floyd Mayweather, that's called IQ. And he took him to deep waters and he drowned him. And as Floyd got older, his skills have gotten even sharper. He was 20 pounds less than Canelo Alvarez, the so-called face of boxing. That man stood in front of Canelo, hot-shotted and jabbed him the whole night without trying to run. He fought that man the way Shakur fights. And you know why? Because he's been through the fire. If Floyd Mayweather hadn't fought the great fighters that he had fought coming up, no way would he have been in a stand in the pocket with Canelo like that. Pretty Boy Floyd wouldn't have been able to beat Canelo. Because Pretty Boy Floyd used to get hit as much as he used to hit people. Pretty Boy Floyd had offensive action, but his defense wasn't the greatest.
That's why he had to bring his daddy in. And to your point, Canelo became a better fighter from that loss. You know what I'm saying? He started moving his head. So, you know, we got to get away from this thing where, you know, just because you lose one fight, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they learned. Even Sean Porter said that Errol Spence Jr., even though he won that fight, but he said he's a better fighter because it was such a contentious fight. You know what I'm saying? So you got to, like you say, iron sharpen iron. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question for you fellas. I got a question for y'all.
All right.
Which style do you think is easier to teach somebody? EJ style or Bud style?
I mean, Bud style is really athletic.
If you had to teach a student, which style do you think is the hardest to teach?
I think it would be Bud style.
Yeah, I mean, Bud style is hard because it's athletic. Like Roy Jones Jr. can't teach his style to nobody. Because he could do things in there on just ability, sheer gifts.
Yeah, like you see Chris Eubanks Jr. Chris Eubanks Jr. was trained by Roy Jones. And Roy Jones is arguably the best boxer to ever lace it up. Roy Jones was arguably the best athletic boxer. I mean, Roy Jones' athleticism is a freak of nature. You can never see some of the stuff that Roy did. But Roy wasn't too fundamental style. And you see, hold on, brother. Hold on 1 second, brother. And did you see Roy Jones, as his athleticism went away, as he got older, he started getting clipped. When people used to miss that right hook to him and he used to get his head out the way, he couldn't get his head off the line. And see, that's what you don't want to teach. Like Bud's style, Bud is athleticism. Earl, the style that he fights with is fundamentals. That's the key to all building blocks is fundamentals. And if you start with the fundamentals, then you can build upon that. Like Stanionis, he has the basic building blocks that Earl has. But Earl just has a little bit more than him because he has athleticism as well. Go ahead, brother.
Well, I think EJ's style will be harder to teach. I'm not now. I'm not talking about the fundamental stuff like the jab, the guard, and that stuff. I'm talking about when you get to teaching the guard manipulation, the pins, and all the stuff he do with his hands. Like he put his hand behind your head, pull your guard down. Man, all that kind of stuff hard. Man, that's natural. You know what I mean? How sometimes he'll take his head and put it in your chest. He'll put his head up under your chin. How do you teach that kind of stuff?
I mean, they teach it to Charlo. They teach it to Frank Martin. They teach it to now Ryan Garcia. They teach it to Anthony Joshua. That's fundamental. Man, that's fundamental.
Charlo don't fight like EJ though, bro. Come on, man. He don't fight like EJ.
Each fighter has their own style, and Earl is real athletic as well. But his style is a come forward pressure fighter. That's what they say. But he's a lot more than that. But his style, though, his fundamental building block is a high guard pressure fighter. He's got high guard. He's got pressure. And his inside
exactly. He learned. It's just like kung fu. He learned that style of kung fu, and now he done took it and he's adjusted it and made it his style where it ain't the same style no more. If that make any sense to you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a person putting his own spin to a style. You know what I'm saying? Like AJ just in the interview, AJ said Derek James has taught me the style.
Where it said
He taught me to make it my own way. You feel what I'm saying? He's taught him to make the style his own way. Hey, Pool, your thing clicking, buddy.
What's that?
That's
What's
that
clicking?
truck.
Oh, that's his truck. That's his turn signal or something.
Yeah, that's my turn signal. Oh, y'all can hear all that?
Loud ass.
That shit loud as hell.
Yeah, I'm at the shop. I gotta
sound like a time bomb. Hey, it sound like a time bomb, nigga.
I was looking around. I said, "What the hell is that?"
I said, "Them damn Bin Laden got in this motherfucker."
But yeah, that's what I was saying. Though Earl, his basic style is a pressure fighter, but he added his own to it, though. And that's the basic building block of Derek James's style right there is to teach them how to have their endurance so they can come forward and pressure. But he also teaches them how to be wily, and he teaches them how to be elusive, and he teaches them how to fight. And he teaches them how to
Up echelon, look, EJ be doing like Muay Thai. I seen Mayweather do that type of stuff too, where he'll hook your arm, lift your elbow, and jam a shot up under your rib cage. You know what I mean? I seen Mayweather do that too on the inside.
Yeah, it's called smart boxing. It's a lot of fighters do that. They'll push your hand down and hit you.
Hey, did y'all see that Mortal Kombat? Did y'all see that Morning Combat coverage? How they broke that? They broke that shit down on Errol Spence Jr. His style and everything. Morning Combat. It's on YouTube. Y'all seen that?
I done seen a couple of them. Which one was that? The one he was talking about the pins and how he replaced, like he put something there in your face and replace it with a punch.
Yeah, that's that dude. The white guy with the glasses. Morning Combat. That's the name of it.
Yeah.
That was a great
broke it down real. He broke it down.
Did you see that up?
Nah, I didn't get a chance to see that yet.
Oh man, you got to see that. You got to see that. I mean, he went down.
EJ be doing a lot of shit. Yeah, he
Oh
been.
Yeah,
man,
I got
he
Hey,
broke
you.
hey,
it
hey,
down.
hey.
Hmm.
Pull. It's like watching kung fu, ain't it?
Yes, sir. He talk about about the manipulation on the inside, how he you know what I'm saying, move you.
You cut out, Pool.
You know how he,
What Pull was finna say. What Pull was finna say is that he'll push you back, move you forward. But either way he pull you, he gonna make you pay going. He gonna make you pay coming.
Oh yeah, I
He gonna
know
make
that.
you
I
pay.
done broke Earl down in as many ways he can be broke down, brother. Like you know, I'm a boxing fan, but you know, Man Down and Earl Spence and them, you know, I'm close to them. You feel what I'm saying? I talk to Derrick James, you know, we talk a lot, but you know, Earl is a beast, and people don't understand that, right? But Earl hasn't had to show a, a half of what he's got. Now, if Earl was fighting Canelo, then you would really see what type of boxer Earl truly is. He gave y'all bits and pieces of it when he fought Mikey Garcia and Danny Garcia. He showed y'all that he can do everything a boxer can do. He showed y'all that he's athletic. He showed he can control the fight. He beat a number 3 pound for pound, Mikey Garcia. Had just beat Adrian Broner at 143 because they fought at the catch weight. He beat Robert Easter. He was the 140 champ. He was the 135, 130, and 126 champ. This man is a pound for pound 39 and 0 with 30 knockouts, the same as Bud is now. Mikey Garcia has Sugar Ray Leonard, and everybody talking about it's Mikey. Mikey thought he was about to pull a Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard. And people say Mikey came up 2 weight divisions. No, Mikey had fought at 143. So he only came up 4 pounds. And Mikey thought he seen something, and he got busted up. Chillville, what's going on? We got a Team Crawford in the building. I'm about to drop the link. You know, everybody get a
But
chance
yeah,
to speak their piece up here. That's my boy
yeah. Hey,
Chillville.
but you need to check it out up Echelon at Mortal Kombat. He show how much EJ switched too, man.
Oh,
He
I
just
know.
don't switch
I've
just to
been
be
breaking it
switching.
down. I've been saying that Earl Spence switches his stance. People just don't pay attention to it. What's up, Chillville? You can hop up on the panel, bro. We sit here discussing the fight, and I know you love your boy Crawford. Oh, my man Rick Timms can get up here because we talking Spence and Crawford. I'm surprised Rick ain't hopped up here yet. It's an open panel, people. This is an open panel at the sports bar. You can get up here and you can talk your piece. You know, we discussing just like if we were sitting back drinking a couple cold ones and watching the channel. Oh,
Hey,
my
y'all heard
cash
that
app.
new
Yeah, my cash
oh
app. Oh
excuse
yeah, my cash app is one Social Smith. It's right above the thing, but I don't post it. Yeah, they demonetized me. A man just trying to
yeah.
make it. You know, I done got hospitalized and everything. So you know, I'm at home with a nurse and everything, but they wanted to stop my monetizations just because I spoke out about what's real. You feel what I'm saying? Apparently you can't. Apparently, apparently you can't say the racist word.
No, you can't say
Yeah,
that.
apparently you can't say that. But hey,
Hey, hey, look here. Have you heard that new Bud Crawford song?
nah, I
They
ain't
got a
heard no
new
new Bud
song.
Crawford.
It start out like this right here. It goes start out like do 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 do.
That sound like
You ever heard
that sound like the marriage
that?
song.
No.
That's like the
Do,
marriage that.
do, do, do.
Big Ray, salute, salute. But yeah, I dropped that link for anybody coming down here and want to tell us what they think Bud gonna do. Like I sat there and said,
Oh, that's
Chillville, I sat there and said that Bud know he can't go 12 rounds with Earl, and he done bulked up a lot. So I see Bud trying to get in there and get a knockout early and not trying to go far because they know it's gonna be a battle of attrition. And if they stay in that ring, the longer they in that ring with Earl, the less energy that he's gonna have. What you laughing at, Rick?
The more EJ gonna hurt that fool.
Yeah, and Bud ain't got the stamina. He ain't gonna be able to keep up with Earl's pace. And you gotta throw with that man, or you gonna get drowned.
I can't wait to see this damn fight. I can't wait to get on YouTube and I want to go. I'm gonna surf channels. I'm gonna go to Bud channels. I'm gonna go to Spence channel. I just want to hear. I just want to hear what people saying. I want to hear the excuses. I'm gonna be laughing. I'm gonna be rolling, nigga.
I don't even want nobody to say no excuse. I want them to say great fight. Because I got a video with over 400 comments of Bud Crawford fans that's been talking crazy as hell. And I'm gonna post it just so they can see how they look.
Hey man, I'm gonna be rolling, man, because I know that how many channels gonna die. How many? I mean, it should be. I mean, I'm excited about it. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, a lot of these guys they starting to get scared, man.
Salute to my man Corey Carr in the Cash App. My man Carr sent me $10 in the Cash App. Salute to you, brother. Salute. That's my man right there. Salute. That's the guy that was up here talking the other day. Hey, Rick, hop on up here, man. Hop on up here, Rick. Let me hear your take on Bud. We got 5 days, Rick.
Come defend Crawford so we can tell you all the reasons why he gonna lose. And you can try to explain why he gonna win. Man, upper echelon, them Crawford fans ain't coming up here, bro. They scared, dog.
Oh, no, Rick Timms ain't scared. He don't duck no smoke.
But nah, man, that video that Poole was talking about though, it's good though, dog. You need to look. You need to check that one out, man. It's about an hour long.
Shout out to my boy Chillville in the Cash App with the big $10. Attention was mentioned in the downtown hoes in the convention. That big dime bag up in here. Hey, Chill, you and Rick Bo can hop up here, bro. Get some Bud insiders up here. Chillville and my boy Rick Timms and my boy Tim Stoudemire and Bless 365. Those are some Bud fans, die hard.
I know asked you the other day,
don't
man.
Nobody go harder than Bless 365. I don't care what nobody say.
Hey, look here. What's your what's the I was trying to ask you the other day. What's the best site to bet on, and what's the best site to bet on, and do Vegas take out any extra charges?
I use Bovada. And I use MGM Grand. The Las Vegas app.
And if you win, do they take out any fees?
If you're not in Vegas, if you win, they send you a courier check if you want it that way. It's $150 for your courier check. Or you can get it transferred instantly in Bitcoin. That's what I do. I get a Bitcoin and I have it sent to my Coinbase. And then for my Coinbase, I convert it into dollars.
Okay, I don't have a Bitcoin.
It's easy to set up a Coinbase. It's easy to set up a Coinbase wallet. It's easy.
Yeah. Well, I was just wondering because
People's Choice says sports books are a good option too.
Yeah, I'm wondering why they can't send your money the same way you send their money.
Yeah, I've been wondering that too, but I've been on the site. I've been on both them sites for so long. But see, on my MGM Grand, whenever me and my wife go to Vegas, I already got the money on the account, so I can spend that money right there. Like, I don't never take that money off the MGM account because my wife likes to go to Vegas anyway.
Yeah, do they
Okay, we got the Don, the one and only Rick Timms the Third. What's up, young Crawford?
Upper, what's up? What's up? What's up, dog? What's up, the buddy? On the panel, everybody in the chat. Say, man, it ain't been not one time that's I've been requested to hit a link and I didn't hit it. You know, it's real out here.
You gonna get
And check it
over
out,
here,
man.
Rick. I said you ain't gonna get banned over here, bro.
Oh man, that's old news. But you know, man,
You sound like you from the South, man. You from the South?
Hey, Houston all day. Yes, sir.
You sound like that's Lil J, nigga. You sound like Lil J.
Salute
man,
Ramon and
hey,
Emily. Salute Shawa. Salute Ramon and Emily. All right, go ahead.
Man, hey, man, everybody say that, man. I don't know why everybody say that, man, but I guess that's just this deep Southern drawl, man. But check it out, dog. See, with Buddy up here with us, he don't realize I'm not your typical Bud fanboy. I'm a Bud supporter. You know, I don't make excuses for Bud. I don't hold Bud's hand. I was pretty much done with Bud if this fight here didn't happen. So it's time to put up or shut up, you know, because like I mentioned on Knockout page the other night, I'm ready to see if Bud really have in him what he been portraying, you know, because Earl is the real deal. And Bud gonna really, really have to dig deep to get this victory, man. So it's no excuses. It's no pitter patter. I don't lollygag about Bud. I'm just happy to fight finally here that I never gave up on, because so many people was done with this fight. You know, oh man, Bud a duck, man. He's scared. He'll never fight Spence. But I stayed home with it. I'm like, man, this fight will happen, people. It's coming. Just hang tight. And now we're 5 days away from it being reality. And damn, man, Bud really got an uphill battle to climb, and I'm ready to see how he conquer that. He either got it in him or he don't. You know, so
you rooting for Bud, right?
You damn skippy, I'm rooting for Bud, man. See, I like Earl too. I just like Bud a little bit more. You know, I've been down with Bud a lot longer.
Are you a Charlo fan?
Houston, you damn skippy. Hell yeah, I'm riding with Mel to beat Canelo. Yeah, yeah.
So Mel and EJ riding in the same car though. You know, when that's even down in we go to TDC. You know what I'm saying? Texas, the black boys stick together, you know. Now the eyes of Texas are upon you.
Well,
the
he's
eyes
like
of
Bud.
Texas are upon you.
See, hey man, I'm more affiliated with Houston than I am with Texas. You know, because Texas is a massive place, and I'm glad you kind of mentioned that, because all the traveling I done in this nation, you know, just from my sound, people be like, "You're from Texas, huh?" And I'd be like, "No, I'm from Houston. I'm from the south side of Houston." So I specify where I represent. You know, I got love for my state, but got way more love for my city. So, and that's how I feel about Earl and Bud. You know, I got love for Earl. I just got a little bit more for Bud, man. And Bud, he really, really got something to prove. I want to see if he gonna prove to me that he really, really can dig deep and show that never die spirit, because he gonna need it against this wrecking ball.
So the Blue Flames still open over there in the South, man?
What happened?
I
Salute my guy Knockout.
I said, Blue Flame still open over there?
Is who still open?
The Blue Flame over there off Cullen.
No.
There used to be a little lounge lizard spot over there back in the day.
Oh, he talking about hookers.
Cullen is 610.
Hey, Knockout. Salute to my guy.
Yeah, it's close. Yeah.
The panel. Let me.
It's
Hey,
right off the
Hey,
freeway.
dog, money. Let me ask Knockout
I know
something.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, what up, man? It's
Hey,
fight week,
Knockout.
baby.
That's your
Let
boy
go.
Knockout 86. If you not subscribed to Knockout 86, you missing the best thing out there. You missing the KO debate TKO series. You missing the prophetic prophet. And I like to apologize to everybody who I gave the Maxie Hughes pick to. I thought it was a sure thing. But hey, we just seen ain't nothing sure in boxing, bro. Like they
Nah, that
robbed
was a
us.
good pick. They robbed that boy, man. That was a good pick,
Yeah,
bro.
I still lost people money though. You feel me? Like but like I told y'all Cambosos can't defend to his left side. I say anybody moving to their right, his left is gonna get that man troubles. He can't fight a southpaw or anybody that moves good to the right. But knockout. I've been sitting here looking at the I've been going back through tapes, right?
Yeah.
And I've been looking at the way Bud looks, and I've been looking at the workouts and everything, right?
Yeah.
And I've been noticing this little hook that they've been working with. They got like if you watch, they got like a little uppercut hook that they've been perfecting right now.
Yeah.
And I noticed that Bud done stacked up a lot of muscle up top. He's done stacked up. That's why he was still cutting weight. But I was thinking, I say they adding all this weight. They know muscle takes energy. They know muscle weighs heavier than fat.
Take this in, so.
And I say they know Earl has a fast clip. And they know you're going to have to throw punches with Earl. And Buzz used to throwing 30 to 40 punches in a round. Earl can clip out 100 punches in a round and won't be breathing hard. So Buzz going to have to throw 100. I mean, he got to throw punches to keep up with Earl. He's going to have to move to keep up with Earl. He get hit in the body. That's going to take away his stamina. He's 35 years old. He's got older legs. He's got more weight on his legs. Last 5 fights, he hasn't been much of a mover. He's been standing there and deliver type of fighter. So what I've been thinking, like, so why would they add more weight to him and more muscle? Then it came to me. I don't think Bomac and Bud team is going for a 12-round fight. I looked at it. They going for Hagler Hearns. They going in there, and they know Earl's going to press them as soon as the bell rings. I think they're coming in there. They're going to get in there, and they're going to throw punches with Earl from the word go. They're going to try to slip, and they're going to try to hurt Earl early and get him out of there. They figured that the best way to beat him is to press him and attack him early and to go at him and catch him with something he don't see. And they trying to put him down early because they know, just like the Juggernaut, once it gets rolling, you can't stop it. So they trying to get him out the way as fast as can. And I think that's what they're going for. And I think they're putting all their eggs in that basket. And I think Bud's going to hit that man. And depending on 2 reactions, this fight could be Hagler and Hearns or Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard 1. If he hits Earl and Earl walks through it and eats it, it's going to be Hagler and Hearns. If he hits Earl and Earl steps back and respects it, it's going to be Duran Sugar Ray 1 with Earl being Duran. What you think?
Man, look, it's like this with me, bro. If that's what they doing, I see the point you making. If that's what they doing, bro, it's the worst coaching I've ever seen since I started my channel because you don't change up. You don't wait till your biggest moment, your biggest fight, and then change up the shit that you like. What he's supposed to be known for is being fast, being athletic, always in the gym, Mr. Gym Rat, Mr. On point with your shit. Like I can turn up on you at any moment. Like all of these tools and all that shit. You don't wait till you get to your biggest fight. Now you try to bulk up, and now what? You turn yourself from this dude that was supposedly this 15-round fighter that's in all this great shape. Now what? You try to make yourself a 6-round fighter to be more powerful and shit, bro. That shit. I hope that ain't what they doing. Cause if that's what they doing, bro, like going in there expected, like going into a fight with Earl Spence and not being prepared or putting yourself in a position where you may be compromised in the back half of the fight, it's an ugly proposition, bro. It's an ugly, ugly, ugly proposition because now you already had a puncher's chance in my mind, but now you only got a puncher's chance for half the fight because make no mistake about it, somebody get the whooping on your body, hitting you in your fucking hips and shit. You getting tired of all that power. That shit gone, bro.
Exactly.
That shit gone. So I hope that that's not what they doing. What I saw and what it looked like to me in the media workout. He looked light. He looked like he was moving around, trying to be fluid, trying to make sure that he could use his athleticism and move around laterally and try to walk Earl in the shots. And then when Earl's coming to him, he's trying to step to Earl and land his shots too. That's the type of shit he need to be on. Because if he in this bitch bulky and muscular and on some Deontay Wilder, I'm gonna bulk up my upper body to try to deal with the strength of this other fighter. Now instead of just playing to your strengths, you trying to meet somebody else's strengths. That shit could end bad, bro. So I hope
he's gonna look like Thurman. You remember how Thurman looked with Barrios? How he was looking like Baracus off of damn Best of the Best.
Something like that, yeah. I know.
I seen the way he was up on that T-shirt. If you look, you can see it. That man's shoulders and stuff that got wide, bro. That boy is solid. That's why he's still cutting weight. That's why he was still cutting weight at the damn media workout. Why do you think he was going so hard? That man's still off of weight. He's still cutting. Muscles heavier than fat, and that man's cutting weight. I hope he's done got it under control now, but he was still cutting weight when we had that media workout.
The last thing anybody need to be in the ring with Earl Spence have any kind of conditioning issues, bro. It's the last thing you need to have going on with you, bro.
And see, Knockout, that's exactly it. We don't know what Bud gonna do. I mean, this fight here is gonna be spectacular, man. Both these dudes coming to fight, and Bud ain't gonna have a choice. He gonna have to fight fire with fire, and whether that be detrimental, he ain't gonna be able to just stand back and move. He getting older. Y'all mentioning he done got heavier with the muscle. He gonna have to somehow get to Earl body too. I mean, both of these dudes are not gonna let that go away easily. The winner is gonna have to take it. Both of these dudes pig-headed. Both of these dudes have never tasted defeat in the pros, man, and that's what makes this fight so intriguing. And if Bud claim he is who he supposed to be, he gonna have to dial up a whole nother gear to offset or even try to slow down that wrecking ball named Earl. And
hey Ricky, when did Bud fight David Avenesian? Was that November, December?
Yep.
When he fight him, bro?
December.
Yeah, December.
I'm gonna tell you something, Rick, and you know I'm always keep it 100 with you, bro.
December
if your boy show up and he the same version that fought David Avenesian, bro, it's gonna get ugly in the motherfucker, boy.
Man,
he gonna have to turn up. He gonna have to turn all that standing there and shit. Just like all that shit he was doing in there, bro. He looked older. He looked slow. His legs ain't look, bro. He gonna have to turn up.
See, look,
fell in love with his power. He fell
check
in love
it
with
out.
That power.
That's how I feel if this Dev and Regis fight happened. You know, you can't count on Regis' last bout at home when he kind of struggled. Regis gonna be fully more motivated for a Dev fight. So Bud better be far more motivated for this Earl fight. And preparation is the key. You know, prior preparation presents poor performance. And if he don't feel like he it up compared to that David Adville fight, Bud in trouble. So bring it on. I'm ready.
I know you are, bro.
I know you are, Rick. But see, that's what I said, because I'm sitting here looking around, and I try to know, I like to gamble. And I try to see the nuances, and I try to see what type of edge that I can see in the fight. And I'm sitting there looking, I'm like, okay, I try to notice the little things people don't notice. And I'm sitting there looking, and I'm like, damn, Bud's still cutting weight in less than 2 weeks. And they say he was still sparring a couple days ago. Like, I'm like, damn, he having a problem getting that weight off. This is what pisses me off. Bomac is Bud's nutritionist. All that money, and it's such a big fight right here. Why don't you go out and get you a nutritionist so you can have that part taken care of? Like,
I thought he said he had a nutritionist.
Millions on a damn nutritionist every year and his body. You got to take this shit seriously. Like, it's okay to put your friends on the jobs, but like I said before, I'm not gonna have my friend change my engine and he don't know shit about cars. And Bomac don't know shit about nutrition. Look at himself. And you can't say it's because he got a condition. Every time we see that nigga on the camera, he got a big gulp of soda or juice, and he got damn chips. That's bad for your health, man. All that
That's what I. That's what I would
all that
worry.
shit.
I ain't talking about the nutrition and shit, but what I would worry about, if I'm Rick or I'm backing Bud in this fight, what I would worry about is a competitive ass fight where it's ebb and flow, ebb and flow, ebb and flow, and then it's on Bomac to give him an adjustment, bro. That's what I would worry about. Like that man might freeze up, bro. I would not be surprised if he on some Bill Haney shit with the instructions in the corner, bro.
He figured me out, Dad. He know everywhere I'm going.
I would not be surprised, bro. All that get your rhythm shit, you got to fight this motherfucker. All that shit, boy, that ain't gonna fly on Saturday night, bro. Because the other dude across from you got a great boxing mind, and Derrick James, he gonna be looking at everything Bud doing, and he gonna be telling Earl specifically what he needs to do to get to your ass each motherfucking round. You need to be coming with some hot shit your damn self, because it's one thing for it to be a 50-50 fight. If we both two great fighters, but my coach is just leagues above yours, bro. People act like trainers don't matter. That shit could be the difference in the fight, bro.
Man, I tend to believe EJ believe it's gonna be a one-sided ass whooping, and the truth ain't lied to me yet.
You hear his most recent shit. He say, "I'm gonna punish that boy." He said
he
gonna be an ugly night. He said, "I'm gonna punish that boy." I say, "Damn, bro." You could tell, and I spoke on this upper, like it was all respectful and shit. But the closer we get to the fight, Earl is slowly but surely like
letting his true feelings come out.
Starting to let that truth come out. That's why, like, we got close to the fight. We heard the shit about the coin toss. We heard the shit about all the money that he gave up. Now we close to the fight. He talking about punishing them, and it's gonna be an ugly day for him. Just wait till Thursday when they go to that weigh-in, bro. That shit gonna be electric, bro. When Friday, they do that weigh-in, that shit gonna be electric, bro.
Is the weigh-in Thursday or Friday?
Weigh-in Friday, and the press conference, the final press conference on Thursday. They do the grand arrivals on Tuesday, so they'll have some content for you on Tuesday. Do the grand arrivals like tomorrow at like 1 p.m. Pacific.
That's what I was saying. To piggyback off UKO, I said Earl has been suppressing everything he really wanted to say because he ain't trying to scare that man off. He's trying to wait till that man get in that ring, and he's gonna pay that man for past, present, and what he did in his contract. Like his nutritionist. I just did a video today about what his nutritionist said. His nutritionist said that Earl is going to destroy Bud. He's going to stop him. His nutritionist said Earl has so much power right now. He said Earl is doing people so bad right now. And he said Earl's mind is razor sharp and he's focused. And he said Earl's focused on, and he also said this about the negotiations and how difficult it was to get this fight and all that. Earl's taking all that in consideration. He's taking all that shit that they said about his family, about his manhood, about him while he was hurt. People don't forget that shit. All that shit you said, people don't just let that shit go. That man is a man just like we are. He's holding on to that. As soon as he get that damn shit in his as soon as he get Bud in that ring, he's going to try to take Bud out. He's going to try to take Bud out the box. That's what he's going to try to do. You know, that man, he's holding back the anger. My boy KO.
Well, he better not go in the ring angry up him. He better take Earl out with some intelligence. He can't get reckless trying to take Bud out.
Oh no, he gonna stay good. He gonna stay good. But see, that's what I was saying earlier, though. I wish we could have got a Bud that I wish Bud would have took that Thurman fight before Earl. If he would have beat Thurman, that would have been a great boost for it instead of a David Avanesian. If he would have got that Thurman fight in there, that would have showed Bud and pushed Bud up another level, I think.
Yeah, I would have preferred Thurman too, no doubt.
Yeah, because Thurman would have pushed Bud. That'd have been Bud's first 50-50 fight, really, and that would have pushed Bud to the to be great to beat Thurman. I think Bud probably edged Thurman out, but that fight right there would have made Bud go to a different gear, a different level, because like he's like a pro playing against high schoolers. It's really nobody's ever made Bud dig in deep and have to go into his whole bag of tricks.
See that?
I've never seen Bud on the edge like that, really. And it's
That's
not
that's
that.
why that's why I'm pulling for the upset. Upsets do happen every now and then. Lightning can strike. Hell, Appalachian State beat Michigan, and Appalachian State ain't faced no D1 opposition, but they beat a D1 team.
Yeah,
Hey man,
they was
it can
bad that year.
happen.
Appalachian State's always been good, but they was bad that year, boy. They was a monster that year. I watched the
They weren't
Mountaineers.
supposed to beat Michigan though. No matter how many little small town championships they won. They wasn't supposed to beat Michigan in the
Well,
big house.
Florida State started off that way. Florida State was also one of them small ass schools at first, just like Appalachian. Florida State
Mm-hmm.
University was a small ass school, and they were popping them D1 schools, and they pulled them up in the ACC, and then they became a lot bigger. They became a lot bigger recruiting class and all that shit. But yeah, Florida State started off like that. You got to start somewhere. But like I said, Bud, that's my guy. People think I don't like Bud. All right, they think I don't like Bud, but I do. I just get tired of some of the bullshit that he did. You feel what I'm saying? Like a lot of this shit was unnecessary. Like we could have had both these fights already. We could have had the first fight done already, working on the rematch if they had one, and they both would have been in better shape. You know what I'm saying? They could have probably been at 154 fighting right now. But yeah, that's all I'm thinking about, Rick. I'm just thinking about how Bud's gonna react if he hits Earl and Earl isn't phased by that shot. Because, like I said, Earl's gonna get hit. Bud's too good of a fighter not to be able to catch Earl, and he's gonna catch Earl. But when he catch Earl, then it don't do what it normally do to people. Like if he catch Earl with that shot that he usually knocks everybody down with, or that rattles everybody, a shot that Earl didn't see coming, and he caught him clean, full extension on it, and Earl don't go down, or Earl don't get wobbled, and he smiles at Bud, and he keeps coming forward. That's gonna be real demoralizing to Bud. What you think Bud gonna do
See,
after that happens?
that's what we don't know, Upper. We don't know what's gonna happen when Earl first tastes Bud's power.
I said, what
We
do you
don't
think
know if
Bud
he
will
gonna
do?
just shake it off.
I said, what do you think Bud will do if Earl does shake that off?
And that's discouraging. Hell yeah, that's discouraging.
Well, me,
You
man,
Shit.
I'm gonna
think
tell
Bud?
you.
You think he'd get on his bike then? You think he'd get on his bike and try to do lateral movement?
No,
Or you think?
I want him to keep chopping at that tree. If he a real one like he claimed to be, he shouldn't be phased. He just got to realize it's gonna take more, and I'm gonna have to step into that fire a little bit more, risking myself. But hey, man, this is war, and this
This is
they
why I
both
love this fight.
undefeated. Mm-hmm.
This is why I love
That's
this
what I
fight
want
right
to
here.
see.
This is why people don't
Yeah.
understand. This is why I love this fight right here.
Hey,
Because
me,
Mm-hmm.
man.
both
Hey,
fighters
Upper.
are gonna have to show us what they really made of. Bud's gonna have to show us if he's that dog that everybody says, if he has that heart that everybody says, how bad he is, who wants it the most? Who wants it the most? Who can take the most punishment before they give up? Like, I'm gonna tell you one thing about boxing. Like I said, I was undefeated boxing before I broke my hand, right? And I was in there with a dude, and I stopped him, but I thought I was about to go. You feel me? That man was hitting me with some stuff, and like to be honest, the man hit me with a kidney shot. I had blood in my piss for like a week. No lie, blood in my piss for like a week, and I was almost at the verge of stopping until that I seen that man stop. He went down on one knee, and I was like, "Whoa!" Like, it's who can last the longest. You feel what I'm saying? Like, who has that will? Even if it don't look like you hurting your opponent, don't nothing feel good. That's blunt force trauma. Getting hit does not feel good. I don't care who you is, especially when you taking them shots to that body. Because no matter how many times you get hit in that body, each time you get tenderized. If you ever played that game Frog, you hit somebody in the same spot to make that frog jump up. That shit hurts. And if you keep hitting somebody in the same spot over and over and over, I don't care who you is, that's gonna hurt. You feel me?
Chris Algieri said after fighting Spence, his arms and elbows was hurting for about 2 months from trying to block them body shots.
Yeah, see, Chris Algieri tried to block and then he got on his bike. And what he found out is Earl got some of the best feet in the game. And Earl chased his ass down and dropped his ass off. Earl, that's what I'm saying. Like, Bud can't get on his bike. He can't lateral move because Earl's feet is that good. Like, Earl is that good at lateral movement. Earl will chase you down. Like, he shuffles just like a defensive back. He's like a defensive back chasing the wide receiver down the field. Like Antonio Cromartie or what's my man name that played with Philadelphia? That was on the other side of Cromartie. That guy. That's what Earl like.
Man, I'm still trying to figure out what Bud did, where all that nasty attitude go to. Man, all the nasty stuff they said about Earl, what they said about his family, even when his eye was hurt, them niggas was walking around the gym with eye patches like pirates, man. Them niggas have said some foul ass shit about EJ, dog.
Because it's time to collect. I mean,
I can't wait for EJ to get on
Ain't
to
no
him.
use to sitting there keep doing it now. You got your fight.
Yeah, hey, I used to like Bud till he started doing that shit. You know, that was just a little too disrespectful to me. And now it's fight time and you getting friendly. What's up?
I mean,
with
he
that
ain't
shit,
being
though?
friendly. He's just being respectful right now because they both about to make a lot of money. And they both, nobody needs nothing to pop off before they get in that ring.
All that friendly shit out the window when that first bell rings.
Exactly. J.R. Johnson, he says, if Bud's so great, why Shakur giving him IQ? No, they got Shakur mimicking fighting Spence on the inside. And that's because Shakur is one of the best inside fighters as well. It's only been one person I seen Shakur fight. He didn't fight in the inside. That was Nakathilia. Shakur will stand right there and not get hit. Shakur is a beast. I can't take nothing away from that young guy. And Shakur can mimic Earl a little bit. Not his pressure and his power, but he can mimic. And, you know, that's making Bud more sharper on the inside. Fighting against the Shakur on the inside, it makes him more sharper.
And hell, banging with Steven Nelson helps too. You know, what? He won 68. And Shakur, his defense is impeccable. I mean, it's not easy to hit that guy. And him, he didn't mention several of the sparring sessions him and Bud then went at. So, hey man, may the best man win. We all gonna see a treat in 5 days, man.
I think this is better than Sugar Ray and Tommy Hearns. You know why? Because Sugar Ray had already got beat by Duran. This is true undisputed. This is undefeated, undisputed right here.
Man,
Season TV, salute, brother. What you got to talk about?
What's going on? I just tapped in, man. I caught you on pull yesterday, and I just, you know what I'm saying? But I just heard you said about Shakur. Shakur inside game ain't got shit on Spence, though, man. Bud's finna get his ass whooped.
Oh, yeah, I ain't saying that. I'm just talking about Shakur is a monster at fighting on the inside. I mean, will fight right in front of you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
His defense is impeccable.
Yeah.
Shakur got maybe better defense than Earl. His offense ain't as good as Earl.
You think so?
Bro, it's hard to hit Shakur Stevenson, bro. Have you asked him to sit there and really watch Shakur fight?
Yeah, I watched his fight, but I ain't watched all of them as many as I done watched the Earl. I just think Earl's a little more. My bad. Go ahead.
Shakur will stand right in front of you. You can't even hit that man. Like his defense, now his offense ain't the best. He's accurate with his shots, and he doesn't have the volume that Earl has. But Shakur has the defense. He's a slick fighter. He's like Sweet Pea.
Yeah. Well, Bud gonna need. I still don't think that's enough for Bud because what Bud needs is help with his defense. He needs somebody that's a beast on the inside at offense because he's gonna be taking brute punishment. You know what I'm saying? Earl so crafty on the inside, man. That shit hard to replicate. You have to bring in a lot of different sparring partners.
Yeah, he got a few different sparring partners. I know he got Keyshawn, he got Shakur, he got Steven So Cold. They had Carlos Adames. See, Carlos Adames, they got him to mimic Earl's power and his punch output. Because Carlos Adames, he has a high work rate.
All right.
So, and he's a middleweight too. So, but I still don't think Adames hits as hard as Earl. Because, see, Earl is a middleweight, really, but he's crunching down to welterweight.
You think, did you see Carlos Adames Bud old sparring footage?
Nah, I didn't even get to see it. Who won?
Shit, they was going at it, man. Carlos Adames was whooping his ass on the inside. You know what I'm saying? It was good ass sparring though, and it was Bud. Bud had sparred somebody else first, so I guess he was. You know what I'm saying? He was giving Adames a shot. This was like 5 years ago though. So a while ago when Bud first moved up.
I was sitting there watching Earl and Jose Benavidez sparring footage. Right before Jose fought Bud, Earl was beating the shit out of Jose Benavidez.
Before he got his leg blowed off?
Yep. Jose Benavidez, before he got his legs blown off, was a top prospect. He was I think he was like 20-0. And him and Earl went at it. Earl beat the shit out of Jose Benavidez.
Hey, you notice that Earl been getting a little more meaner at the fight beginning close.
Earl's letting it. He's letting the curtains fall. See, Earl's always been holding back this anger and this attitude about this fight. But yeah, that do remain to be seen because you said Sugar Ray and Hearns was fighting. This gonna be a fight as long as it lasts. I'm just saying this fight's more important than Sugar Ray and Tommy Hearns because this is for the first undisputed welterweight of the 4-belt era. For one, for two, both of these fighters are undefeated. Sugar Ray had a blemish on his record. This is a true undefeated, undisputed fighter. This fighter right here should be crowned #1 in the world. And they will be until Canelo Alvarez and Jamel Charlo fight. And if Canelo Alvarez happens to beat Jamel, which I don't think he will, they can't wait to put him back up top. Or if they rob Stephen Fulton, they're going to put Inoue up there or keep him up there.
Hey, what you think EJ going to win on fight night? How big you think he's going to be?
They used to have it on the internet, Nardy Cash. I think you can still pull it up. The Benavidez and Earl Spence on sparring. And I was matter of fact, let me let y'all hear the former champion Ashley Theophane, right? That man, after he fought Earl, he watched Earl spar Floyd Mayweather, right? Then they wanted him to get in the ring with Earl. He was like, listen to what he said. I'm gonna let y'all hear it real quick. Hold on.
He was what I said about him to Spencer, just last night. I said he reminded me of a Mike McCallum, where he tried to break you down, and he was big and strong. But
I was just
trying to work on my defense because he's bigger than me. So I just tried to work on my defense and just move around, just pick some shots, just here and there. So I done all right because they wanted to spar me 2 days later. They asked to spar me again. Then he came back again. I think it was the Monday of the fight. And then, he done his thing again. He's big and strong. He's very... So this is what I'm saying. This is 10 years ago that we sparred.
Is it strange looking at it back at all? Does it bring back memories? Or?
You know what it is?
You as fighters, you spar every day in loads of different fights.
Yeah, we... those days, man, I sparred everyone there because 2013... I had lost the British title the year before, so I had gone to Vegas to join the money team. And so I had sparred with everyone over 3 months. I was sparring with all the world champions, all the top 10 enders and that. I even sparred with Sean Porter, within that same time. So I was sparring with everyone. And then and I was doing my things, hence they signed me. But I knew going back then, I even done a tweet. Straight after we sparred, this man's going to be world champion, 10 years ago. So it's weird, when he fought Kell Brook, I believed he was going to be Kell Brook. and stuff. So it's great to see where he is now in the sport, man. It's beautiful.
And just as one last one, did anything particularly surprise you all those years back? You said he'd become world champion, but did anything shock you when you're in the ring with him?
What I thought he was very good at. What I saw with Floyd as well is he surprised a lot because I didn't know him back then 10 years ago. I know he was in the US team and all this, but when he sparred Floyd, he done very well. And then they wanted him to spar me. I was like, oh man, I already seen this guy put in work. So he was just.
You what he just said. Listen to what he just said.
Measured the way he just he's this measured the way he. Then they wanted him to spar. And then they wanted him to spar me. I was like, oh man, I already seen this guy put in work. So he was just measured the way he just his distance in his.
This man right here, they wanted him to spar Earl right after Earl sparred Floyd. He was like, oh man, I just seen this man put in work. Now see, that's what I'm saying. Earl gave Floyd the business. Everybody says it. Earl gave Floyd the business. That man just sat there and told you. After he seen Earl, after he seen the way Earl was sparring Floyd, he was like, now you want me to get in there with this man after he just did that to Floyd?
Hey man, yeah. Right, because Floyd gave Earl his props. I mean, without a doubt. He validated Earl. And the relentless pursuit that Earl brings, that constant grind that nobody's been able to figure out. Bud gonna have to figure it out, because when you're throwing so many punches, you can't defend yourself when you're constantly swinging. So Earl get his hands back. I mean, dog. Bud got a hell of a hill to climb, and I'm ready to see if he can climb it. I'm ready, dog.
Hey, Shawar, yeah, that's his problem. He stays on. He does little movements with his head, but if he fights somebody real quick, Shakur gonna get caught coming back off that line like that. I think Nakatilia almost caught. He felt Nakatilia's power. That's why he was on his bite. Hey, Thrill, I know you was talking about the action pack. I know it's gonna be action pack because. It's got to be action-packed because Earl, like he said, and this is how Earl get a lot of people too. He keeps touching you. Whether he hitting you soft or he hitting you hard, he's going to keep touching you. So every time he touches you, you brace him because you see if he's about to hit you hard. And sometimes the shots don't be hard, but you got to keep bracing every time because you never know whether he put some stank on it or not. Like he might, boom. And then you just like, oh, shit. Like Sean Porter said the other day, he said Earl caught him with 3 left hooks back to back to back. And he said, man, he not about to hit me with that again. He said they'll get into it. They'll start boxing. Boop, 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 boop. Then he get caught with a hook. Bye. He said, damn. He said that shit hurt, but he was like, damn. He kept going. Then they'll get into it again. Boop, boop, boop. Pow. Same shot. So Sean said, I'm going to watch it this time. Boop, boop, pow. He got hit again. He say, that man ain't hit me with that shit again. Hell no. Like, Earl kept catching him. His IQ was that good.
Yeah, that's some real stuff there, man.
Hey, somebody handle the tooth out of here, bro. Shawar, take that man. We don't need no trolling over here, bro. I've been letting him chill, but all he doing is damn trolling. Spotter Ford did not handle Floyd. That man sat there and got his ass whooped. He got a couple good shots in there, but that boy, the tooth, Shawar, he right above you. Right above you.
Oh man, I don't get some of these dudes with these crazy ass created names, and they just go to chats to inflame, talk at the side of their necks just to get a reaction. It's It's a lot of people. A lot of people need to grow up in these YouTube streets, man. I wonder how old some of these dudes are, man, because it be a bunch of silliness going on.
Yeah, bro, like that's real feminine energy right there. Like, come on, bro. Like, thanks, Torres. Hey, Torres, hide that man, bro. Don't time. Get rid of that man, dude. Because we ain't got time for that. I let everybody come in here and speak their piece. You know, and that dude, I've seen him troll other things, but you know, I was gonna give him a chance, but bro, don't come in here and keep doing that. Like I said, I try not to to be that way to anybody, but just don't keep coming in here saying crazy shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, Upper, how you feel about that Robeezy fight, man? Robeezy fighting the Japanese dude, gonna be the co-main event to Inoue and Cool Boy, man. I'm real big on Robeezy, man. I really like his style, man.
Yeah, Robeezy the champ.
Yeah, he the truth. I like his style a lot.
Before I forget, let's send our prayers out to Edie Valencia. Acosta knocked him out on Friday. He's in the hospital fighting for his life. In the hospital fighting for his life. Acosta did something dirty to him. And they should have stopped that fight a long time ago. But Edie Valencia, he's in the hospital in California fighting for his life.
Damn.
I'm about to drop the link for you, Cedric McGowan. Here go another Bud fan right here. Rick. This is a Bud fan. Boy. This is a Budite right here. My boy be repping that Bud. 2 cents. Hey, what's up? What's up, 2 cents? I just seen 2 cents the other day and subscribe. The link out there, 2 cents, if you want to hop up, anybody can hop up.
See, I can't co-sign with the sector of Bud folk that talk about car crash and drunk, and I didn't even heard some gay Earl and Al Heyman and Earl and his girlfriend. Man, all that other shit like that is real moist and lame to me. And I can't co-sign that kind of chatter, dog. These 2 grown black men, champions, that's putting their lives on the line for us, for our entertainment for 5 days, and all that extra shit. And you know, of course, I don't agree with the Bud camp, you know, talking greasy about Earl and his people. Man, just fight. That's all that matter to me,
like, man. A lot of people mad that Bud got 50-50, right? I'm not even mad that he got his money, because boxing's a dangerous sport. I just wish he would have just said all that shit at the beginning instead of taking us up, down, and around and around. I believe like the people should be putting out more money any damn way. You feel what I'm saying? These boxers are taking a risk. This the fight we've been screaming for. Pay them people. You're going to get a return on your investment. And I'm glad Earl, he bit the bullet, because you said you want this fight, you want greatness. And Bud does have the one piece that you need. And that man has a 39-0 record. He's giving up his his record, his name, and that belt. So, hey, that man feel like, hey, I feel like it's a fair price. Like, that man, this is gonna be this fight right here is gonna be more money than Bud's made his whole career. Bud's used to fighting off that guaranteed top rank money. So they have a bet. See, one thing about top rank, they don't really get no percentages over their top rank. You get a guarantee. So Bud was getting like 3 to 4 million a fight guaranteed. So even if his pay-per-view would have did good, Top Rank has like a 500 baseline. So if they pay-per-view don't do over 500, hey, mute yourself, King. if they think don't do over 500,000, they don't even get none of the percentages. B Dog salute.
I'm so tired of you, bro. I'm gonna beat your ass, man.
And anti-troll, salute, King.
Salute. I had myself on mute. I didn't want to cut nobody off.
Go ahead, brother.
Oh no, I'm listening to you about the top rank bullshit that everybody be saying.
Oh no, I already said it. I just said like if you do a pay-per-view on Top Rank, if you don't do like they have like a baseline that you gotta do like 400,000 or 300,000. I mean, they have a certain line that you have to cross before you start getting back end money on Top Rank.
Right, but I be hearing the Crawford fans, all they scream is everybody that fights Crawford get paid the most money they ever made, and I always come back to them, and my retort is it's upfront money. That back end money be shitty. Like I don't be getting what the argument is.
Amir Khan made like 7 million, and that fight barely broke even.
Right, it's like your upfront money is more than the back end money. Damn, near fighting Crawford.
Well, usually if you fight Crawford on Top Rank, you ain't getting no back end money. They got guaranteed money.
Right. I'm with you.
That's why they tried to sue Al Heyman, because Al Heyman, they introduced them fellas to back end money. See, they introduced them to a lot of money that the promoters was getting. That's why Oscar and all them took Al Heyman to court, because he was paying fighters too much. He said they was giving the fighters too much money, and they didn't like it. King Asia, salute, brother.
Hey, salute to you up. Salute to everybody on the panel. Salute to everybody in the chat. 6 days away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 5 days in a wake up.
5 days in a wake up, y'all.
I'm a little worried Bud gonna bring that shit, man.
So Earl Spence said he's not gonna give Bud a chance to breathe. He said as soon as that bell rings, he's coming at Bud. By what round do you think somebody got an echo? But what round do you think that the punishment, or do you think Bud having to throw punches to keep up with Earl or to keep up with his pace and some of the body shots that Earl gives him, what round do you think Bud gonna start the fatigue in?
I say round 8.
I say round 5.
Round 8, round 5. Okay. What about you, Rick?
I'm not counting on Bud to start gassing out. All that work we've been doing in high elevation training in Colorado Springs, it better pay off, because he can't afford to start feeling fatigue in this fight.
Well, it's not going to be organic fatigue. It's going to be pressurized fatigue. So Bud ain't got no control over the pressure that Spence going to bring. So he might be able to run a 100-mile marathon just by himself, but with the accumulation of punches that he's yet to face, that's going to diminish. You know,
right? Yeah, like I said, it's something different when your hip bone been hit on 100 times in a fight. You can't walk. Every step you take, you feel pain. It's different, man. Crawford ain't never been through that before.
So I was talking to Ronald Ellis on Instagram. That's Rashidi Ellis's brother, right? He used to spar with Canelo. And I was asking, because you know Rashidi Ellis, that was my guy. Rashidi has good power, speed, elusiveness. And I asked him what he think went wrong in the Ramon Vila fight. He said Rashidi was in good shape. He said he was sparring 12 to 15 rounds. He said, but Rashidi's punch output was much more than he was used to, because the Mexican kept pressing him. And he had to move more than he was used to, because the Mexican kept pressing him. So this fight, Crawford used to throw 30 to 40 punches a round. Earl's gonna press him worse than that Mexican did Rashidi. And he's gonna throw punches, so he's gonna have to keep up with Earl in punches. And y'all don't think that's gonna affect his fatigue?
Most definitely is, my brother.
Yep, it will. That's why I say he gotta fight power with power. He gonna have to go to Earl body.
That's why I said he can't if he don't put something on Errol Chin within the first 4 rounds, it's nothing he's going to be able to do to win this fight. Absolutely nothing. I'm telling you, if the first quarter of this fight breaks down the whole fight, if he can't hurt him, it's done for. He's gonna be out of there.
Yeah, because that mystery punch got a shelf life of 3 rounds.
And see, fighting Earl,
mystery punch, perfect word you said, mystery punch.
Fighting Earl Spence, you don't have the same power each round when you fight Earl. Your power you lose between 15 to 20% of your power each round. Because
right, and he's more of a whipping puncher. He more of a whip puncher, so that be gone after so long. Errol, everything hurt. The jab hurt. Everything hurt.
Rick, you a logical man, Rick. You're a logical Bud fan. I gotta ask you a question. And this is a valid question. You know Earl Spence has a better jab than Kell Brook, right? Earl got probably one of the best jabs in the game.
Okay.
And you know Earl's jab's a lot stronger than Kell Brook's too, right?
Right.
And you know Bud swells up easy around his eyes. You know he's been known to get cut and swell a lot.
High cheekbones, yep.
Yeah. The way his face is structured, you know he swells a lot. Kell Brook had that man eye swollen 2 rounds. You remember how his eye looked in the Kell Brook fight in 2 rounds?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if Earl catches him with the same shots, which you know he is, because you know Earl's jab is impeccable. Do you think this fight gets stopped because of the eye?
No. It's gonna have to be a goddamn slugfest for this to be stopped. If he swelled up Bud like Kell did, it's gonna be downhill after that. And I can't do nothing but keep repeating what I've been saying. He gonna have to find a way to offset that. And this not a one-way street. Bud gonna be swinging back, so Earl gonna have to play some defense as well.
But you know his defense is offense, because you know he tries to get in close to smother you while he's on the inside. But I'm just saying, Earl's jab is sharp and quick, and we seen what Earl can do to people's eyes. Like we seen it. He messed up Floyd eye. They kicked him out the gym. We seen where he did the Phil LaGreco's eye, where he did the Kell Brook eye, Lamont Peterson eye, Danny Garcia's eye, Jadanis Ugas eye. You know he targets that eye, and it's the same eye Kell Brook that's swole up on Bud.
I just watched a video with, I think it was Crystal Jury, and he was saying how that jab is just so powerful, like 80% the whole fight, and he had never experienced anything like that. And then
Crystal Jury said that
even when you listen to Danny Garcia, he's just like, man, that jab, he don't even have nothing to say about it. Just that jab. So I'm interested to see how Bud is able to neutralize and or stop Spence's jab.
Exactly. Now, what you were saying, brother?
I was saying that I don't know what got all these Crawford fans confused with y'all in the chat. Crawford ain't got all this immaculate ass head movement everybody be talking about. I've never seen it. Y'all tell me a fight where he was just moving off the line and doing all this great head movement, all this great boxing on the back foot that they say he's going to knock out Earl with. Y'all, somebody in the chat name me a fight, because I don't know one. Do y'all know one?
No, it don't exist. But upper echelon, and I'm not on here trying to run your channel. You always do a beautiful, masterful job. But we do, in fairness, we have, a Bud supporter, and he's entitled, to his prediction. Let's make it easier for him and just say within the first 3 rounds, let's entertain the ways that Bud can win the fight. So we putting our objective hats on. Let's if we could find a way to see how can Bud actually pull this off in the early rounds.
He has to pull it off in the early rounds, or it's a wrap.
Oh
Yeah, he
yeah.
gotta put it
We
early
all in
rounds.
agreement of that. We
We
all
all
in
in
agreement.
agreement with that. We all in agreement with that. Yes.
The way I see it, if I was his coach, we had to throw the kitchen sink at the man first. We would have to throw the kitchen sink at. No, I'm talking about like
No, it's just the way you said it. You're on point.
like I would train my fighter, and I get a lot of fast ass punchers to come in and put him in the sparring and have him throwing all types of shots and have Bud trying to defend against all these kind of shots while still trying to throw a shot. And I would try to get Bud to get in there and try to time Earl's right, or whenever Earl tries to go to the body, I'm gonna teach him like, bro, I'm gonna make sure he has a little layer of fat over his stomach, because that layer of fat protects. It lets you absorb the shots a lot better, because if you look at Shakur versus Valdez, you see he had a layer of fat. He wasn't cut because Valdez is supposed to be such a big puncher. So he has a layer of fat right there to absorb the punches, because fat absorbs better than muscle does anyway. But I would have Bud try to catch him on the inside, try to catch him with something slick as he's throwing. The key is to catch Earl as he's throwing his shots and try to dip away from Earl's shot while you throwing. I would have him he's going to have grit. He's going to have tenacity. And I'm going to have him go in there and go body the head to Earl the same way he's coming to you. And that's the only way I can see it. Like, you got to do with Earl and then step back and catch him as he's coming in for a body shot. While he's coming in for a hook to the body, I want you to catch him with the hook to the head. Like, you got to time it. It's a timing thing. As he's throwing his hook, throw your hook. But make sure your hook get there faster.
But even with a situation like that, just to kind of rebuttal, even with a situation like that, it's not like just that one hook is gonna knock him out.
Well, it takes 15 pounds of pressure to knock a person out on the chin. You feel what I'm saying?
I thought it was 10, but it might have went up to 15. But good.
Scientifically, it takes 15 pounds of pressure. And I'm not saying that one hook, but if you keep catching, eventually, that lowers a person's punch resistance.
And that's what I was saying.
I got a question.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I got a question though. But what if them punches he throwing in between don't hurt nothing? You just gonna be throwing punches in between, getting your ass whooped.
Yeah, he gonna be taking punishment doing that too, and that's why
what I'm saying. Right?
It's a big possibility he can get hurt in the early rounds trying to fight like that with Spence. Because I mean, Crawford is not the most defensively responsible, and he throws looping shots.
Yes, everything is wide. A lot of it is wide.
Yeah, that's what I said. But I said if I was the one who had to coach against it,
right?
That's when start, because he won't be able to against it. He won't be able to run from Earl, because Earl's the best at cutting off the ring, and he has fast feet. He's not gonna be able to box with Earl because Earl's a better boxer. So if I had, that's the only way I would see that he has a chance.
But I think they believe that Crawford's the better boxer.
No, they don't.
They do believe that. Yes, they do.
They definitely do believe that.
They do believe that.
Well, I would say it's more of they hope versus a belief. They hope he is, or they hope he will be that night.
No, they really believe that. If you go, if you go look around the internet, you will see that those people really truly believe that with all their heart. When you go follow the Bud fans, they believe the same way we believe that in everything that Spence do. Like he got one of the best jabs we ever seen, and he used it in so many ways. He comes over the top. He comes over the top hard with the left hand, or he'll go to the body with the 1-2 to the body. He'll come bring the uppercut. He's going to close the distance. He'll use the jab, and then before you know it, he done close the distance in his side. All the stuff that we almost finished. All the stuff that we know that he does for real. They really believe that. The things that they know that Bud does, they believe that he does those things for real, and they believe that he does the things he does better than what Errol does. So they really truly believe it. And I just checked because I wanted to take Earl with the plus 160 to win, and that line ain't moved yet. So there is still not enough money coming in on Earl to
So I got a question. What do y'all think about? I watched that morning combat about the
Oh, that
you know
was
how they
beautiful.
broke down Earl Spence. How do
Oh
you
my
think
God, that's
Terrence
the
is
best
gonna?
video ever.
How is Terrence gonna handle those pins
Man,
and the manipulation? Like, because I think they also believe that Terrence Crawford is stronger than Spence.
they
And
have no idea.
The dumbest people on the planet,
They
too.
have no idea. They don't know about that. Spence is hiding his punch with his head on your head out and hit you like he broke it down in that. They don't even know about they call it punch replacement. They don't even know about that.
Okay.
Earl also uses his shoulder as well.
Use
He
his
gets in
shoulder,
there
then
with
he'll
his
take his
shoulder.
shoulder away and replace it with a punch. The best
Exactly.
framer in the game. He has the best framing skills in the game. Has the best punch removal in the game. Guard removal.
But they blind, though. They act like they blind when they watch it. That's the thing that pisses me off. Y'all lie to each other. Like, oh, man, he ain't this, he ain't that. But you literally cut on his head.
Control, you got some static. You got some static.
Somebody shit static.
Yeah, it's not mine.
Y'all hear me?
And that's why you can say Spence is predictable and you don't know what he's gonna do, but you can't stop it.
You can't stop it though. Yeah, you know
You
he gonna
can't
do
stop
that.
it.
You know 3 and 4 jabs coming. You know he gonna come over the top or close it. You can't do nothing about it.
And you also know it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt, and that's why they cage up. That's why they cage up. All the fighters, I went back and watched his last 15 fights, and all these fighters do is cage up. They can't do nothing. And by the 6th round, their legs is gone.
Yep.
You can't say Spence is predictable either because he changes up his punches variation and he changes up the speed of his
Yeah, they
punches.
don't know where it's coming. They don't know where it's coming from. You're right. They don't know where it's coming
Tim
from.
Bradley. Tim Bradley tried to say Earl
It's
has a
stupid.
pattern. And I've watched
Stupid.
4 fights this week, and I'm looking, and he changes up the pattern each
Every time. They don't know where it's coming. They don't know if it's going up top or going down low.
And he has perfect punch placement.
They try to cover up down up top, he go down low. They try to bring their elbows in, he go up top.
And you know the funny thing about it, right? Each time he throws them punches, they always land in the same spot.
He panel, his power punch connect rate is 48%.
I'm talking about, but he lands in the same spot that he's been working. Yeah. He hits you in the same spot over and over and over. So you get punishment in the same spot. And that's what breaks a person even more. Because it's just like you taking a piece of steak and hitting it with a mallet. If you keep hitting a piece of steak with a wooden hammer, what happens? It turns to puree. It turns into mush. And that's what he does. He turns your insides to mush.
And that right eye, that's why that right eye is always gone.
Exactly. And that's what I was saying about Bud. Bud took them shots to his eye from Kell Brook. Earl's jab is a lot quicker and stronger. And if Kell Brook can do it, I'm thinking this might be a stoppage behind the eye. Because if that eye closes and Bud can't see on that side, he don't want to not be able to see Earl's right coming. Because that right is vicious to the body, and he would like to see that every time it comes. If you remember, Jose Benavidez caught him with that right body shot in the round 3 with 30 seconds left and lifted him off the body, lifted him off the floor.
So then you think Earl will just try to finish him, or he'll just leave it up to the commissioner and the refs?
No, Earl's gonna finish him. All the shit that man's been
if I was Earl, I wouldn't. I would beat him for 12 rounds.
Right. That's what I was saying. Because I'm gonna be on all the channels each round. Just.
If I was Earl, I would take my foot off the gas.
Right.
No, Earl's not gonna do that. Earl
we know.
He's gonna punish this man. He's not letting him in the cards.
Yeah, Earl's gonna say either Bomac throwing in the towel or the doctor stopping it. One of the two.
If he got his eyes stretching out past his elbows, it could go to the corner. Well, the judge gonna be like, for real, we got to choose who won. We know who won.
Hey, that whole thing, that thing with Terrence with the step back uppercut, that only works with a reckless fighter off balance coming in with no strategy on how he's even coming in. That's how Sean Porter got himself knocked down, looking like a fucking amateur. I'm just saying.
And I'm gonna tell you like
this, that's how he fights, though. They think
looking like an amateur,
comes in recklessly. In their mind, Earl Spence leans. He comes in recklessly. He throws wild shots. Like they believe that.
Bro, they did the calculation. Errol foot, 70% of the weight is on the back foot. 70% of the weight is on the back foot.
Earl stays on his toes. People don't realize that. If you look at the Mikey Garcia and Danny Garcia fight, you can see that Earl stabs him to the body and gets out so fast that they can't even hook him. That's how.
And Earl is a better counter puncher than Terrence Crawford.
Oh yeah. Ask Algieri and Chris Van Heerden. Ask Leonard Bundu. He got knocked out off a counter.
Ask Danny Garcia. Ask Ugas. Ask Kell Brook. Spence took the counter punch game from Brook and used it against him before he started brutalizing him. First, he had to figure out the counter punch.
Spence was down 4-2, and he was getting beaten that Kell Brook fight.
It took him a while to figure out the timing. Kell's Brook timing. Kell was timing him on the counter. Kell was coming over Spence's jab.
Bro, hold on.
My bad.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I say when I say iron sharp as iron. That's why I said Bud hasn't had this defining fight. At the end of the 6th round, Earl had to take a look at himself and see, look, is this the best that I am, or can I be better? And he broke through his ceiling. And when he came out in the 7th round, you seen a different dog. You seen a man that reached his limit and surpassed it. And he came back out there. He started beating to the jab, beating him to the body. He was a completely different person, a different animal. Each time Earl fights somebody, he takes their best qualities and added to his game. He took Sean Porter's inside game and made it better. And he destroyed Ugas with it. That's what I'm saying. Yep. And the biggest thing for Earl, his biggest advantage was getting that WBC belt. Because when he had the IBF belt, he still had that 10-pound rehydration thing. Because, you know, as long as you're the IBF champion, you got 10-pound rehydration clause. You can't go up more than 10 pounds before fight night. You feel me? But ever since he got the WBC, he hasn't had to follow the IBF rule. But that's the rule for any IBF champion is a 10-pound rehydration.
But he's been coming in clean anyway, though. He's still been coming in clean. He was in super shape again in the Ugas fight.
Yeah, he was about 160 though.
I see what you're saying. You think he's gonna be about 163, 164 this time?
I think he'd be about 162, 163 again. Because I seen some of the maybe 165 at the most.
Right.
Because
that was my prediction.
Oh, the nutritioner said that this morning too. His nutritionist came out this morning and said I'm gonna get him up to about 165 this morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Earl's fluid right now. See, Earl's a 160 pounder. You feel what I'm saying? Earl's power is at the higher weight. We've only seen 50% of his power. But it's going to be enough. Like he said, 50% of me is enough to stop 100% of these guys right here. And like I said, Earl's going to come out there. And that's the thing. The pressure. Terrence Crawford hasn't had somebody that pressured him for the whole round. You know, a lot of boxers fight in spurts. And that's what Derek James say. A lot of fighters don't want to fight. They want to box. But if you have to fight every second of a round, that takes a lot out of you, bro. And y'all been in a street fight, you know, 10 seconds of fighting.
It's a lot.
10 seconds. This is 3 minutes. And I don't care how much conditioning you put yourself in. If your body hasn't been used to this over time, just a 3-month training camp is not going to get you enough conditioning to do that.
And it ain't
doing this for years.
And moving ain't gonna work. Moving ain't gonna do it. Moving ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna cut it.
That's gonna hurt it.
CD Ellis. Movement's gonna take away your stamina.
Yeah, moving ain't gonna cut it. That don't affect Spence because you moving.
He's a mirror. If you take a step back, he's
gonna take a step forward. He gonna be on you. He's still on you no matter what. You can't get away from him.
Derek James said Earl's gonna make the fight happen where he wants it to happen at. And if you notice, everybody be like, he just stood right in front of Earl. No, Earl kept him right in front of him. You can't get away from Earl. It's a fight on a thing where a dude turned and tried to run from Spence.
Yep, and Algieri ran. Algieri literally tried to run, and Spence was right on top of him.
Spence, he shuffle stepped and knocked his ass out.
Spence chased Algieri across the ring using the jab while he was chasing him.
Yeah, that's what I said. He shuffle stepped. He shuffle stepped.
Yeah, he was shuffling and jabbing while he was chasing Algieri and got Algieri to the next rope.
But yeah, it was a black guy. He turned his back to Spence and ran. And Spence shuffled and caught him up the top right corner and knocked his ass out.
Okay.
He
We
hit
had
him. He
started
hit him
off.
with a left hook over the head and took him out.
Yeah.
Left
We
hook
had
over the
started
top.
this segment off being objective for Bud, but it went down a long rabbit hole. So let's try this. Okay, so after the 5th round and things not working for Bud, what adjustments can Bud make that you see with all these tools he have in the toolbox? What can he pull out that can kind of like turn the tide?
And that's why I don't think this fight is gonna be as competitive as people
Hey,
think.
King Asian.
Yes.
Sometimes styles make fighting. Sometimes somebody's just not pitted well against you. Like, I mean, like if this was the 140, 135 Bud, I would say he can use his lateral movement, but Earl has lateral movement. Earl can move just as well as Jamil Charlo. Earl can dance on his toes. I got a video of him. It's like the man it's like you fighting against somebody that's got everything that you got plus more. Like the only thing Bud can do is he's got to use his heart and his grit. And he's gonna have to be able to get his timing together. But see, like I said, I wish Bud would have fought a lot more tougher fighters, so he would have prepared himself. And I wish he would have worked on his jab a lot more, because that jab that he's been working on, it's a hard, stiff jab, but it's kind of slow, but it's hard and stiff.
Right.
And like Earl's jab is a lot quicker, and it'll probably get there faster. But like I said, Bud has one advantage. See, Bud fights in southpaw, and he's an orthodox fighter. That's why he being orthodox, collecting data, so he can see where your holes is at. Because a lot of people don't know Bud's right hand is his dominant hand. But he's in orthodox, he sees your holes, then he switches to southpaw, so he put his dominant hand first. So then he can attack that hole a lot quicker. See, a lot of people, their less dominant hand is not as fast as their dominant hand, it's not as strong as their dominant hand. That's why it's the least dominant hand. So if a boxer done got used to you throwing an 80-mile fastball, and now you up here throwing a 100-mile fastball, you disrupt their timing. That's why Bud does that. He disrupts their timing, and he's throwing a lot harder and faster, and he gets there before they expect it. And that's how he's able to hurt people like that. But with Earl's used to that. So like I'm saying, Bud's best bet is the damn, matter of fact, if I was Bud's coach, I wouldn't even have him fight in southpaw for real. I would have been working on his orthodox the whole camp there.
And the orthodox has more distance
I
in
would
it.
have been working on that straight right.
Yep, and the orthodox stance gives them more distance. This with them when they both southpaw, that's letting Earl get too close automatically by default.
Yeah,
in the orthodox, there's way more distance.
And I'd have been working on his straight right, because I'd have been working on his straight right and the left hook.
Oh, that don't work either. Because the first thing Bud would have to work on is his defense. So there's really no way out of it, because
if I was his coach,
he get hit the most when he's in orthodox.
That's what I'm saying.
I would work on the orthodox. Like y'all asked me what I would do if I was Bud. I would work on his defense in orthodox, and I would try to have him get more spacing as orthodox, because as a southpaw, yeah, he's good at southpaw, but he's going against a true southpaw. Southpaw versus southpaw is usually a bad matchup for. It's even worse for southpaws. That's what I'm saying. Him as an orthodox, his right hand is his powerful hand, and he'll be in position where he can connect with the southpaw, because the southpaw has his right forward. You feel what I'm saying? So he can hook off that man right there with the left hook and come with the straight right when he catches him. But that's what I'm saying. But if he goes southpaw to southpaw, they're gonna be right there, end up right there in each other's rear. He's not gonna have enough space for his looping shots.
Yeah, that's why I always say once he go to southpaw, I think that's when his fight is really going to be over. That's when that shot is going to be rung around the world. Everybody going to be on their feet.
I don't think he can defend himself. You're not going to defend yourself by jumping back. Yeah, you're not going to defend. You're not going to defend yourself against Spence by jumping back over and over. That's not going to work. Jumping back, that can't be your defense. Can't be to jump back and throw uppercut.
If he jumps back, Spence is going to jump forward.
Well, but if Spence do jump forward, he do got to watch out for a counter though.
Yeah,
counter right.
Yep.
So
like you say, Spence always when you do, he don't go in reckless. He do have a cage, you know. He do have that right hand up, you know, to block that punch, to take away that punch. So, you know, Spence knows what he's doing. But I was just trying to see, you know, what can Bud do to really, really have a chance? Like I say, after the 5th round, if it ain't happening, it ain't gonna happen.
I mean, even if you were to say, you know what you can do is the only way you're gonna beat him is to fight him. I used to say that about Canelo. I always said the only person that was gonna beat Canelo is the person that stood up and said, "I'm about to fight you," and that was Dimitri Bivol. None of the other fighters was willing to fight Canelo. I think it's the same thing with Earl Spence Jr. The only way somebody gonna beat him is to get in there and fight him, and that ain't gonna work either.
But you know something? I just thought about something. If I was Crawford coach, you know how I would have him fight Earl? I would have him go Andre Ward style.
One punch at a time.
I would have him get off, get a couple shots, and clinch. That's what Andre Ward was good at. He was good at popping a person, then clinching. Popping, then clinching.
Hard right hand clinch. Hard right hand clinch.
Hard right clinch.
Check left hook clinch.
Exactly. And then that'll frustrate Earl, that'll get him. And then I would clinch and then let go before the ref say and try to catch him off the let go. You know, like any little thing that I need to do just to get the win, because you know you can't do that. You can break yourself up in my break.
Yeah, but the thing is Spence don't really let you clinch though.
Right.
Well, then,
he fights you off the clinch.
Bud's such a great wrestler and everything, so and he's stronger than
Spence. Spence got a trick where he know how to pull that right arm up out of there. He know how to pull that right arm up out of there. He's so cold with that. He make it look slippery.
I remember that right arm don't never get tied down. That right arm always.
It's gonna come out. Give him 2 seconds. He gonna get that right arm out of there.
And I think that's one of the main things Derrick James work on is in the clinch, because a lot of cats gotta clinch him. It's almost like the hack a shack in the NBA where they train. So, you know, they're gonna get in there and hack you. So
he got a couple different things. He uses a cross block by putting his arms in an X to keep you from clinching him anyway. And he used that cross block to block punches.
Y'all know y'all see he brought that defensive lineman from Cowboys into his training camp. The takedown.
Oh yeah. they got that Spence basic narrative. It's the craziest thing I ever heard. He's super advanced. I know that's reaching, but damn.
If I was Earl, I wouldn't even be associating myself with losers like that. Them cowgirls been losing since '96. And you know what, man?
He brought old boy in there just in case Crawford wanted to wrestle with him. He's a takedown specialist. So
right, check it out.
He just wanted to take a shot at the Cowboys.
Goddamn cowgirls. But look, y'all.
I'm a coach, man. So it don't bother me.
If everything I've been sitting here listening to, if I was Bud, it would flat out motivate me. See, if I listen to everything that's been said, Bud don't have a chance, and he gonna have to figure out he gonna have to outdog the dog. That's the only way I see him winning this fight.
Outboxer style, you know, land a punch, move around a lot. He gonna have to try to outpoint him. It's gonna be boring, but he gonna have to literally run the whole fight, land a couple of punches. He gonna have to outpoint somehow by landing a couple of punches more than Spence around. He gotta win a race basically.
Hey, hold on 1 second, bro. Hold on 1 second. Hey, Rick, you are the Bud fan. All right. I just told you the only way I thought he'd win is if he did an Andre Ward clinch and release thing, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, you watch boxing, you got a good analytical mind. The way you feel like Bud can win this fight is you believe Bud's gonna win. How does he do it? Explain to us, how does he do it? I want to know exactly how does Bud win this fight.
Simple and plain, what I just said. He's gonna have to outdog the dog. As far as Earl steady applying just relentless pressure, non-stop pressure, he's gonna have to counter him and make him pay. And he's gonna have to make Earl respect his power. So Earl, if I listen to everybody, man, Earl got all the advantages. Earl got this in the bag. It's gonna be a one-sided ass whooping, like Earl said. But look, man, you don't get to this level and be undefeated this long, damn your resume, your legacy on the line. So you're going to have to just flat out dig deep. You're going to have to do something that you've never done before and no one has ever done to Earl before. Both of these dudes are coming to fight, man. And neither one of them is going to go easy. So no matter how many advantages Earl have over Bud, Bud just going to have to figure out a way, counter this man as he's just constantly applying pressure. He's going to have to check hook. He's going to have to pivot, get out the way. He's going to have to make Earl respect him. And if he can somehow slow that relentless pursuit down, we'll have a more of an even fight. So none of us really know what's going to happen. All we can do is speculate and we can predict. And everybody who have their personal prediction is going to stand on their side, and everybody else who have their personal prediction going to stand on their side. May the best man win. It's going to be a fucking dog fight. It's not going to be this one-sided ass whooping that everybody is foreseeing.
Well, I hope so. And with that, everybody get their last thought in. We're going to shut it down. But I'm going to be back on tonight, like around 2 or 3:30 before they get started with the Inoue fight. I'm not going to be calling it. I'm just going to do a pre-show before the show come on. Give Fulton the Inoue they just do. And for my truck drivers that drive, give them something to listen to while they driving. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming up here. Let's start off with my man with Jay.
What up, y'all? No, I had a good time today. I ain't really got too much to say.
Tell them where they can find you at and drop your link.
Oh, okay. You can find me at 2 Cents Boxing. I'm gonna put my link in the chat. Y'all click and subscribe, comment below, let me know what you think.
All right. Appreciate you, 2 Cent. My man the Trey.
Oh, okay. Hey, salute to you, Upper. I've been following you for the past few weeks, and congratulations on your growth. I think that I heard you mention that you just crossed 3,000, so you'll be on the 5,010 in a minute. So congratulations on the progress in the channel. You do an amazing job. One of the best out there I've heard. I wanted to give you just as a gift some an idea for some content that you should make. What's his name? That beat Roy Jones. What's the dude name who knocked out Roy Jones? Little bald head. Tarver. Okay, so he's very critical of Spence right now, right? But I want you to. Yeah, Tarver's critical of Spence. He's very, very heavy on Bud.
If
but
you
for
go
you,
look at my catalog since you just started, I've got things with over 10,000 views cooking
right.
at Tarver.
But what I'm saying exactly. But I want you to add one more to the collection. Go to the Van Heerden fight, and at the 3-minute and 25-minute mark, the fight is being called by Tarver, and at the 3-minute and 25-minute mark, he says, "This is amazing. It's one of the best fighters that I've seen, and he literally has no holes in his game." For him to say that when he saw Spence early in the switch, and now Spence has all these holes, it was absolutely amazing. So I had pinged you. I had reached out to you, say, "Hey, bro, how can I get in contact with you? Because I got some content for you." But if you just take that right there, it's gonna make a great video when you put it out there.
Which round?
It's the third round. It's 235 of the third round, and it's Tarver saying this guy literally has no holes in his game. It was I couldn't believe it when I saw it yesterday.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's gonna make a great video for you. More content.
Do you got a channel?
No, I don't know. No, I ain't got no socials, man. I just followed you. I'm just enjoying it, man. I'm just rocking out, letting y'all do the work, man.
All right, well, write a comment so I can make sure you moderated in here.
All day, brother.
All right, salute. King Asia, tell them where they can find you at, brother.
Well, as usual, you can find me next to the dime piece. But if I'm slacking on my macking, I'll settle for the 9-piece. Great show as usual. Great show as usual. You know, I'm a supporter. You know, you got good content. I like your aggressive rules. Yep. And I'll be looking forward to you being on tonight. And if I'm welcome, I'll be back in here.
You're always welcome, brother. You're always welcome.
All right, salute to you, Rick Timms.
All right, Rick, go ahead and give your final take, brother.
Man, first off, hey, thank you for inviting me up today, Upper. Man, what I appreciate and respect about you, man, you keep it straight down the line, you know, and even in how you unhide folk who are unjustly hidden, you know, that speaks volumes, man. That shows you can disagree with people who's not being personal, who's not being offensive, and still respect their fans. So, dude, appreciate you for inviting me up. We got 5 more days to settle this, and we all gonna see a treat, man. Peace.
All right. Appreciate you, brother. Salute, Corey Stapleton. I'm glad your first time on. Make sure if you're not subscribed to me, make sure you hit the subscription button and hit your notifications. I'm gonna come on later on tonight because I got my truck drivers that be driving. I make sure Shawai got something to listen to. But peace and blessing to all. I'm gonna send y'all out with my outro song. Y'all know what it is. It's my boy with the blow it. Cause we about to blow this shit. It's fight night tonight.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. I'm moving like I done put clean in my nose. Trying to catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hit us, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK or anybody kill. Hop out, keep it drilling and spilling. Stay on point, 6-2 gon' split em. LPN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eat these bullets for dinner. 5.0, eat em up, eat em up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops Draco. I got them all, you don't want no. I got all those smoke. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke,